What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're doing well. Oh, somebody just passed Wayne Gretzky's record. Okay. I'm on ESPN because, can you believe it? Believe it or not, ABC, I'm so glad it's on ABC and ESPN because ABC has a blank screen up with a message that says we are having technical difficulties. We apologize for the inconvenience. Can you imagine? Where else is that? How does this impact the ratings? Interesting. And it's been like that for at least a half hour. I turned ABC on in a half hour ago about blank screen, except for that message. So hello, everybody. It's time for Sue and Diana. Obviously, you probably heard CC's going to be on here. Hey, if you got 6 minutes before this game, go watch my video. I just did a video. It's less than 7 minutes. It's about Dawn Staley already working the officials concerning Paige Beckers in this game. She's not even on the court. She's already working the officials. Go check that out. It's less than 7 minutes. So, Frank is in the house. Hannah Jules is in the house. She's driving home. Oh, bye. Summer is here. Lisa G. Yes, Lisa G. Look at the coaches coming in. Let's see. Jincy is here. Yes, Kat. We were thinking of you yesterday. Friday. I hope your mom had a wonderful 90th celebration. We missed you. Jilly's here. Kat, you missed the excitement yesterday when the tornado came right near me here, and I had to go in the basement in the middle of the first game of the Final Four. And the electricity went out, so it knocked me out of the first game. But I was back for the second one. Marlene is here as well. Brett, Colleen. Who else we got? Scipio is in the house. Let's pack it out. Dawn's assistant is already yawning. That's the longest yawn I've ever seen in my life. Did you guys see that? Oh, who else we have? Philip and Lindy are here. Lindy, I mentioned you in my video I put up a few minutes ago. Oh, Hannah again. Basil's in the house. Oh, Duke. Oh my goodness, Basil. What a game at the end there. I feel so bad for Duke, but I know they gave it up. I know they let why am I drawing a blank? Who are they playing again? Oh, Houston. I know they let Houston get back into it, but that game came down to a bad call from a referee who called over the back on Cooper Flag. Bad call, wrong call. And we asked the other day if they still do 1-1. They do 1-1. That put Houston on the line for 1-1, and that was the end of that. So I know that it's more than one play, but at the same time, that call is what put Houston over the top. I felt really bad for Duke, the way that went, but man, it goes to show it's never over. Amor is in the house. Amor, I had to wear Tennessee today because if South Carolina wins, that means Tennessee wins today. So I had to put it on. Tyrone is here. Shriek the Outlaw. Hello. All right. I'm going to be quiet here while we do our national anthem. Thank you, Kat. Thank you. Mellow Yellow, Kara, William, Michelle, all y'all. All right, national anthem time, y'all. Woo! All right now. She sang it. She sang it.
When the national anthem is playing and you're a player in a game like this, what's going through your head? See, this is my favorite time.
Mellow Yellow, April, Retro, Kara, Rostam, Araceli, Lexus. Okay. See, man. You have UConn in this one? If you didn't do listen, I put 2 polls up today. If you haven't, before the game starts, if you've not done the polls, go do the polls. One of them is about who do you got winning this game. The other one is about how many points Paige is going to get today. If you score enough, the refs can't be the reason. Okay, you sound like somebody in Texas. I mean, the game was done. It was done, but you got to hand it to Houston. But it was a really bad call at a really bad time. Even the commentator said, that's just a play on right there. What is that? But nobody mentioned it again after that, which I thought was interesting. Your channel 7 is fine. My ABC, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad it's on ESPN because my ABC says it's a blank screen and experiencing technical difficulties. I'm going to go back and see if that's changed. I don't know if it makes a difference which one I watch it on, but it made me miss the pregame. Nope, still up. ABC, all ABC still out. This channel is currently experiencing technical difficulties. We are working with the provider to help resolve the issue. Thank you for your patience. Not good. I don't know if it's just local. We had, you guys know, we've had a week of tornadoes, but we also now are experiencing flooding. I don't know if, as soon as I got off on Friday, finally I came back for the second game, right? And then after that, a little bit after that, I should say, the power went out for about an hour. I'm just grateful that it was only an hour. But yeah, and I had the transmitter went, or some transistor, or whatever you call it, transmitter went, and that might have been lightning or something, but there's so much water and so much flooding that they were going to have to wait to restore power in some of these areas. So anyway, I'm going to have to do ESPN because ABC's got nothing. Maybe it's just local, and maybe it won't affect the ratings and all that. So yeah, if you haven't done the poll, go check out the poll. Oh, Mike says Avery's talking to Iowa. I got to do a video about what's going on there with USC. Yeah, that was a good one, Basil. I thought she did a good job, right? C Smoke's in the house. Kelly Marie's in the house. Wade is in the house. Okay, we're ready to party. And there's a post-game show too. So don't go anywhere when this is over, because I want to bring some people on here. We can talk about some stuff. Pain points. Pain points. Shouldn't have missed the free throw. The polls on my page are two of them, Melissa. C-Man did two of them already. Yeah. So if you go to the Adrienne Ross Show on YouTube and click where it says videos, lives, all that, it'll say posts. And you can see those. So in case I missed you, I'm glad you're here. Welcome, everybody. I thought it was over when they got the tech for hitting the ball out of bounds. Amazed that did not sink them. For real. I mean, Basil, what a comeback. That was just like speechless. April says, I'm going UConn, but I'll see after first quarter. I have rabbit ears for my ABC. I don't know what's going on with ours, but I'm glad. If it was only on ABC, I would be really upset right now. Yeah, she's going to be on ESPN on this show. I'd rather South Carolina win than Paige narrative that will be shoved down our throats. Yeah, let's go Gamecocks. Oh, guest list. Elena Deladonna, Jalen Suggs, Aaliyah Edwards, and Caitlin Clark.
Followed by Caitlin Clark. I mean, there's probably nobody in the country that can speak more to this South Carolina team, this UConn team, than Caitlin Clark.
They're trying to pump up CC. They put her last there on the list. Make you wait. Basil's ABC is fine. It's probably local with the flooding we're experiencing. Yeah, it's got to be local. Yep. Okay, y'all all got it. It's our flooding. It's been a horrendous week. Lots of damage. The town next to here in the same county, they're the ones that had the. They say just about every house has been. I mean, churches are destroyed, and right across in Kentucky, homes near here. It's just it's been rough, and then the rain. It's been raining for days, so they told us we were going to have generational flooding. So I went out the house today. It was good where I had to go. You could see it on the ground, but it wasn't, no flooding and all that right here. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because on the other where I live, I'm not on the lakeside. On the other side is the lakeside. And the other night, she's like, we got 1 inch before it starts. Somebody else had like 3 inches in her garage, but where my house is, I guess, it's good. Kara, thank you for Kara's like she is the gifter. And here we go. UConn controls the tip. Let's go. Well, it shouldn't, April, but we know it does for folks. That's what was being said. Thank you, Kat. You too. And I hope you had a great weekend. Your mom did too, and your sister. Yeah, Gilberto. But it's probably more the flooding right now, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
I get to the WNBA, and it was when Brian Acker became our coach. We actually drew up, and I know you do some peanuts. We drew up a first play.
Does that mean Aaliyah should get her statue too? LSU fans are wanting Angel to get one, and her jersey retired. South Carolina with the ball, shot from the top, pow, drains the three. Pow said, I like the way this starts. So today I'm a Gamecock, Julie says. Yeah, you're not alone. What's up, Sherry? I hope it's a good game. A blowout? No, thank you. 3-0, 9 to go in the first quarter. Sarah Strong. Sarah Strong.
She's in a similar boat as Paige. She's a senior. This is it.
So wait, Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird are calling this game?
I mean, her footwork, her hands, the way she sees the court, she's really
Chloe Kitts delivers.
Someone that you mentioned that
UConn by 12, Basil said. Put that in that poll. Comment.
Yeah, she's that player where you don't have to run off on her.
Unfortunately, no, William.
It's almost like she just finds them naturally.
It's Paige. Paige into a shot.
Paige got that one footer.
4-5.
That's really important for Paige. Interestingly, in this tournament, we noticed it in the UCLA game.
Oh, nice.
She doesn't really get going.
South Carolina, you got to put those in. You got 2 opportunities and a steal. You better score here. But no, they waved that off. Point blank range. Point blank range. You got to put those in. Why are we listening? Wait, Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, are they calling this whole game?
I think also what happens when you get older is those lulls where you're not getting shots, you let your teammates kind of get off. They don't impact your rhythm as much.
Somebody help me understand that. Are they calling this whole game, or is this just like a little start-off thing? Oh, this is their whole show? And ESPN is off? Oh, I mean ABC? I don't want to watch. I want to watch Lobo and whatever his name is. Ryan Rucco. Or whoever Rucco. Oh, nice. Cut. Is that Raven? All right, I'm gonna step out of this real quick and see if ABC is on. Come on, ABC. ABC, same message. This is ridiculous. I'm annoyed. Not cool.
Even Raymond denying the wing and making him play to the other side.
Oh yeah, she's face guarding easy.
Yeah, I mean,
listen, the reality is everything we talked about that we hoped would go well for UConn shooting threes. South Carolina's on the other side saying we can't let them shoot threes.
Right.
We can't let them get off in the free line. Chloe Kitts. You just knew she wasn't going to stay quiet for 2 games in a row.
I just love these kids that can bounce back from a tough night and come back and make sure they have an assertive attitude like Sarah Strong does every night. I mean, this kid is so smooth. She can seal and finish with both hands. I mean, Chloe Kitts is a great defender. She plays space for all angles.
I gotta listen to them.
And then as she gets older, she'll just probably continue to add.
It's 10-11. Here comes Paige. Gives it up. AZ fought and won. And UConn has taken the lead. Is it too much UConn love on the screen for you? Yeah, I guess. I actually just want to see. First of all, I got the split screen. So that's annoying, right? And then I'd rather hear Rebecca Lobo, honestly. She's a UConn person too, but I really don't want to see this. So it's got the big screen here. Then I got one up here, one down here. I didn't even realize it was just them. I just ignore them. I am too, but it's annoying me.
Maybe you're at a point where you're not
But I guess it's local because my friend just texted me and she said, I can't get ABC either. She's 6 doors over there, up there, Christy. She said, I'm wondering if their towers in Carbondale got hit by storms. So YouTube, the YouTube dude, the one who does it on YouTube, he has some weird sound thing going on his. I think they kind of got hip to him. Aracella's internet is down. Kelly says UConn's gonna win. Yeah, ABC has Lobo. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. 15-11. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game. UConn up. Who's gonna come up big for South Carolina? Kitts with the fadeaway. She can't get the roll, but there you get the rebound. 15-13. There's Paige. She lost the handle. She forces it up, trying to get the foul. Doesn't get the call. Here we go, South Carolina. Forces it, but earns a spot at the line. Dilladan is up next. We can distinguish between their voices just like it. Yeah, exactly. Why do we have to see them? That's the point, right? Because it's weird because it's the split screen. It's a triple screen, really. One at the top, one at the bottom, and then the game over here. Oh man. It's hard to see and have a 65-inch TV, right? I'm cheering for I'm cheering for Tennessee. And Tennessee would be, I think Pat Summitt would be cheering for South Carolina. Something tells me that, right, Amor? Yeah, I can't watch it on ABC because something's wrong with technical difficulties in my area. So it's not even on. If it wasn't on ESPN, I'd be really upset right about now. Oh, man. The Rendezvous in Memphis? No, I'm not even sure I've ever been to Memphis. I don't think, Rick. She'll be on in the fourth quarter. As much as I love Cece, I hope they don't put her on like at the crucial part of the game, like they did during the Iowa USC game. Like timing is important here. Scipio's rubbing it in that he can go to ABC and I can't. Sueda says, I'm cheering for Cece, and I think she would cheer for Paige being former teammates. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, but it would make zero difference to me if she was. I'd never root for UConn no matter what. So that ain't happening over here. But I don't know what we don't know. CC is so media savvy. We only know what she tells us. This will be her second time. Yes. YouTube, there are 2 sites. Let me go on over here to YouTube and see what they got going on. What? Let's see, YouTube. Okay, this is the one I usually listen when he comes on, but he got some weird stuff going on. Yeah, no. Well, he's talking, so I can't even hear it. I gotta listen to him. Might as well listen to them. Here's the lane to Deladon. That's right, Amore. I haven't been dialed into Tennessee in years and years, so I want to be that person again.
Thank you so much for joining us. Freshly retired, just announced.
Marlene, I don't know.
You know, I'm feeling good about it.
I haven't heard that.
Kind of like went in hiding for a year.
And we missed the free throw. We.
And my body just needed the break. And then as the year went on, it was like, you know, it's done. I'm finished and I'm happy with that. But through the year, like I got time to like try out retirement. Like I'd be at the grocery store, they're like, you play for the Mystics, right? I'm like, I used to. How does that feel? It's funny. I don't know how to answer that.
And a steal, South Carolina. Oh, and a steal back. Wow. Was that for Wiley who just got ripped? For Wiley just got stripped. One steal. Oh, man. 17-14. Kicks it out for Wiley. A lot of dribbling and almost throws it away. Does. For Wiley's about to get on the bench. For Wiley's about to hit the bench. Dawn's not going to play that game. I got to shut them off. They're getting on my nerves. Sorry. No offense, though, Dawn. Paige misses. It's so weird when it's silent, though. I just turn them down.
Crazy. It was so loud, and then we were playing UNC. We weren't supposed to win.
Kits just forces it up. No good. They maintain possession. 2:22 to go. And they missed again. They're missing some opportunities here. No UConn ever, Teddy. What's up, Teddy? Strong misses. And I hardly saw any white jerseys on the boards. Sarah Strong misses again. Y'all got to take care of that basketball. It is erratic. It is. Okay, so finally settling down. It's scrappy. Yeah, for Wiley just got straight pickpocketed. Yeah, welcome back to the finals. Come on now. They do. Take care of the ball.
He's brutally honest, but it's in such a good way, and it just makes you so much better.
17-14. Back door. Didn't work. Good try, but no good. I'm tired of hearing them like talk over here. ESPN is ahead of ABC. Kits, nice two-man game. You didn't need the dribble. She didn't need the dribble. This is what the problem is. You're right at the basket. Just put the ball up. That is such a pet peeve of mine. Lisa Leslie just addressed this on I did a video about her last night. I only showed the part where she's talking about Paige not having to win a championship, but she goes on to that interview to talk about Lauren Betts. Like, you don't need the dribble. And in this case, it was a total waste. Stop it. For real. When you put the ball on the floor, all you do is give time for the defense to come and get it. Put the ball in the basket. Ah. Paige, nice. Off the glass. South Carolina. End of the quarter. When's the last time South Carolina scored? 14-19. So many missed opportunities. And then when you get the bunnies, you got to put them in. The addiction to the dribble under the basket has got to stop. Thank you, Donna J. And one who did not like those little things that make a difference in a basketball game. Kara, when they had 12 points. That's a good point. Yes, that's what I'm saying, Araceli. She was talking about that. If Lauren Betts could turn and face the basket, she can play facing the basket. She can get the ball turned and shoot. But she seemed that, a lot of these players seem to think they have to dribble the basketball, and it costs them. Calm down. It's the little things, Lindy. The little things. If they only did it in the first quarter, that would be one thing. They do it all the time. All the time. And it costs you. Yep, the little things add up big time. And it's not an exception. It's like the screen and roll, constantly rolling the wrong way. All the time. It's a habit. It's just what they do. I guess they don't teach that anymore. The importance of rolling properly to the basket. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's look at the box score. What we got? Oh, mercy. UConn Huskies. You got Sarah Strong with 4. AZ Fudd with 7. Paige with 4. So their starters, every one of them has scored at least 2. Nobody from the bench has scored. And South Carolina, Chloe Kitts with 4 points. Other than that, Pow with 3. She got the first 3. First field goal in the game. Joyce Edwards with 3. And then you've got a couple people with 2. Field goal percentage. UConn shooting basically 53% from the field. South Carolina 40%. Why? Okay, so then UConn has 0 for 3 from 3, 1 for 2 for South Carolina. Rebounds, Huskies, 9 rebounds. And 9 rebounds from South Carolina. 2 assists from South Carolina. 4 assists from UConn. 4 steals from the Huskies. 2 steals for South Carolina. 4 turnovers for Gamecocks. 3 for the Huskies. And 2 to 3 fouls with UConn having 3. 19-14. Oh, you're exactly right, Teddy. It messes up. It's just pointless. Just put it up. Especially if you're standing right there. The one I was yelling at, she was right there. South Carolina needs to make their layups or it's going to get ran away from them. The little things add up to big things. True. Look it up. I'm way up. A lot of steals. Let's go. Staley didn't teach ball. Yep. Yeah, Dawn Staley doesn't develop guards, which is so interesting to me because she was such a good guard herself. So it is true. Rick says, I predicted the Huskies win, but I don't want Gino to have 4 more championships than Coach Summit. Right here, we represent. Dawn gonna let Fowali loose. Well, she kind of let her loose in the first, and I don't know. Wasn't very impressed with what I saw. She does like to use her to bail her out. But right now, she hadn't put up a shot. She's turned the ball over. She has 1 rebound. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Still 19-14. Second quarter underway. Tried the back door. That's really risky there. I mean, good idea, but that's a bit tight.
Actually, I like going left.
I know you do, but still.
I do too.
I actually, once I had back surgery, I started going right with my pull-up. No. Yeah, because right with my sciatica.
Shoot that. Travel. Good call. Here's another situation. You get the basket right at the free throw line. You get the ball right at the free throw line. And you take the shot. It's a free throw, basically. No, you travel. Oh, I just read Dawn's lips. That wasn't nice. I just read her lips. There's a long way to go. We have no. That wasn't what I saw more. That wasn't what I saw. But we know it's a game of runs. South Carolina is not out of this at all. Hey, KB in the house. You saw that, KB? I won't say what I saw. Okay. All right. Member for 1 month. Karen in the house. I'm glad you are here. Okay, William says, I picked UConn to win and Paige to score 20 plus in your poll. Okay. Cracking 20, but under 30. Tennessee, a very young team with new coach. They weren't even supposed to make the tourney, and they have 3 McDonald All-American coming next year. Come on now, come on. KB, is your mom tuned in? I wish my ABC was working. Shoot that. Nope. But the offensive rebound. Okay. It's okay. It's only a 7-point game, but don't want double digits. Kick it out. Oh, nice cut. We're watching it together via Zoom. Good. 23-18.
Yeah, I think they're getting to the big different ways with the drives and a little bit more space. But, even then, we just talked about the high-low.
Sure. That's off. Rebound. Let's go.
Which is tough to guard.
I'm like, is it on purpose?
No, don't dribble in traffic.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to defend that.
Out.
But South Carolina's patient. They know what they want to get to.
Offensive foul.
She does always put you in a position to really maximize mismatches. And I think you're starting to see that in the last 2 possessions.
Yeah,
Portal stuff is just ridiculous. Dawn Staley's working the official.
The thing I think when I look back to playing for Dawn and then seeing her now and seeing how her
In her Louis Vuitton gear. Her Louis Vuitton. Summer has gifted a membership. Thank you for doing that, Summer. And Paige was fouled. Summer the moderator, gifting a membership.
If I were to do the difference between her and Coach Ariella, that's something that she does really well.
C-Man says Carolina can't beat UConn. I said they can. Oh, she's don't get teed up. Don't get teed up. She's heated. And her assistant coach is like, calm down. I don't know what she's seeing, but she's not happy. Oh, time's out. It is 7:17 to go. It is 24 UConn, 18 South Carolina. Paige at the line for the second of two. And she drains the second as well. Timeout. Or no, substitution. Chloe's back in.
So now we're going into the knockout round. We're going into the quarterfinals. And she's like, listen, full play means nothing. Yeah. Yes.
Like, why are they having this show if they're not dealing with the game? It's annoying to me. Sorry.
And this is when
you got synced. All right. If ABC comes back on, I'm switching. Nice. And she blew the layup. Oh, my goodness. Wide open from the corner. No good. Another offensive rebound. They're frazzled. Offensive. Nope. Okay. They are frazzled. This Adrienne, you told us you didn't get to play in college. So I believe you would have used the portal to go play elsewhere. Where? What happened there? No, I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know what I would have been thinking at 17 or 18, but probably not, because I was kind of raised to just kind of honor your commitments. Like I wrote in my article last night, your scholarship meant somebody else didn't get one. So I'm not in favor of it. So honestly, like I said, people transfer when there are extenuating circumstances, but just a transfer portal where you can just bounce around, I don't like it. And I think it's very bad for the game. Very bad for these programs. Exactly, Teddy. There's Paige. Fudd.
Yeah, much easier to keep people on the bench longer. Absolutely.
Ooh, they missed her. For three, no good. Offensive rebound, Paige. Misses. Weak side rebound. It's only a 5-point game. 5-point game.
That's what I was thinking with Joyce Edwards, 2 fouls.
Okay. She said, if you don't step out, I'm going to shoot it. I shoot it. Somebody's got to want to shoot it. Sanaya says, I'll do it. Cut to the basket. Way to play D. For 3. No good. Rebound. Good. You're going to have to rebound in this game. Too far under. Nice fadeaway. No good. She need to hang out with Nafisa Collier. All right, good stop. 22-25. Just like that, 3-point game.
My parents and our families, they couldn't wait to get to the final. They had like a bond. Yeah, they all did.
Dawn is still working the officials.
You can just tell they're like living this ride with all their kids and all their family members. It's such a special time for a lot of people.
I mean, we've been talking about our own.
Dawn knows. She knows what she's doing. She started working the officials before the game started. See my video I just put up. Cece is in the building because she's going to be joining the show. I mean, unless she's joining from home, right? She could be joining from home, I guess. 5-point game again. Pow pow, what you got?
During my retirement, when my family started, maybe giving toast at different.
Pow pow, what you got?
Also losing something.
I'm more nervous again. Hey, Cole. Hey. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. Nice. Nice. But that defense, who wants to score? That was Sarah Strong on that block. Stay on your feet. Pull up. That's just nice. That's just nice. 29-22.
Every time you say when someone gets their hands free, I just picture you on defense, not like get their hands free. Especially that's when you play deep title.
For three, short. I guess she's not going to make adjustments until halftime. Good help. Good help defense. Yeah, her mom. Are we talking about Sarah Strong? Her mom is Allison Feaster, who used to play with Dawn Staley for the Chicago Sting in the WNBA. Allison Feaster, both wore 21 as well. Oh, she's working the officials. You know what you got to do. All right, Sherry. Paint touches. Let me see. Is ABC on yet? I have a feeling it is not. Nope. I still got the same message on ABC. Technical difficulties. I guess I'm stuck with Sue Bird and Taurasi. Yeah, I can't watch on ABC. Yeah, it's not there. It's here. We've had a week of storms, so that has impacted everything, sadly. I don't know if Cece's at the game or if they're going to be going to her, remotely.
You want to take this one?
Sure.
I'm watching on ESPN. Yeah, it's probably you guys know we've had tornadoes through here and we've had flooding. So my guess is that's what's up. Strong is something else. Like her composure as a freshman and her ability, just wild. Kara says Cece's in the house. Cole, what you doing? It's pouring in Florida. Yeah, it's been raining here for days. You good? You good, Cole? Who are you rooting for?
Welcome back, everybody. We told you we had a special guest, somebody very familiar with March Madness moments. Did you call this?
I didn't call it, but it counted.
It doesn't matter, Joe.
It doesn't matter.
You should take it to the bank.
What an epic moment.
Look at that.
Poor Jaime. We just had him on
Yeah,
today. Poor Jaime.
he was like,
He was devastated. Jalen Suggs, welcome to the show.
Jalen Suggs.
You mentioned before you came on here, you've got a connection with Paige Beckers. When did you guys meet? I know it's like one of those elementary school stories.
Yeah. She came to the gym. I heard her came to the gym. We're practicing, and she's just on the side hooping.
Cole, they want you to pick the winner. Cole, Lauren says you need to pick the winner. She's just like, I just want a good game.
She's almost one of the best players on the floor.
It's not a job, Texas. It's you're the athlete. You must be young. I can tell you're young. Give you a few years and you'll figure it out.
So when you watch her play, like after the game, like are you giving her pointers? Are you like, Paige, you must have had like threes? Like, how do you guys talk about basketball?
It is now an 11-point game. Oh my goodness.
More so, she already knows all that's going on. So definitely we talk more about the mental aspect, I think, more than anything. Talk about how she feels throughout the game.
How'd that fall, Cole? You're knocking stuff down.
The flows of the game, how she's dealing with the pressures of the game, the moment, all of that stuff. I think that's
Nope. South Carolina is just out of sorts. They're just, you can tell they're not playing like defending champs right now. Lanier right now, right, for real, it's not looking good. Now they can turn this around. Obviously, it's 2:56. They can get this to single digits before the half and then some. But they got to do something different. Like for three, nothing. Good hustle for the ball.
So you guys obviously said you talk about basketball, but it's nice to talk about other things.
Free for Wiley. Let her go straight street ball. Let for Wiley go straight street ball. White don't rise. I did make a video on Sarah Strong. Carlos, you're not tuned in. I just made one the other day. I mean, I just had one clip of her, but I talked about her. It was something like whether Paige gets a championship or not, she's leaving UConn in Sarah Strong's strong hands. Wow, here comes Strong. You're big, bringing the ball up. What, true? Nice pass, Paige. They blew the layup, though. They blew the layup. Trooper, what? Now set it up. They're not setting anything up. They are so frazzled. This cannot be the game plan. I'd rather watch his temper tantrum, Renee said.
You can talk about it. You can say that it's just another game. But once you get in there, the lights are brighter. In my case, there is carpet
Like,
for this arena, but
this can't be the game plan.
Yeah, you were in basically like a bubble. That's right. I always said there's something about the minute you land, whatever the city is. Obviously, we're here in Tampa.
Was that shot clock violation? 1:16 to go in the second quarter. Thank you, Britt. I feel frazzled, though. Kelsey, the bailout queen. You hear the cats. I don't know. Trooper's looking out the window, and he's making that sound he makes when he sees another cat in the backyard. So there must be a cat that wandered into my backyard. Right, Trooper? 22-33. 1:07 to go. Get it to single digits for three. Splash. There we go. There you go. That's what you say as a coach. Get it to single digits before the half. That's what you do. And now you defend, and you'll get it back. Get a stop. Get a score. Let's go. There you go. There's the stop. Can you get a score? Get it good. They're going for two for one and missed everything. She didn't need the dribble there, but she gets fouled. Oh, UConn is, Kev. UConn. South Carolina is making the push right now. They were just down 11, I think, or 11. Now it's 8. 35.2 to go in this second quarter. South Carolina did what they had to do. Get a stop. Now get a score. Knock down these free throws there, young lady. Okay, first one's good. 35.2 on the clock. So they'll get another possession if they play it right.
did good against them second year. And then third year, he got hot.
Okay. She missed that? Did she missed that?
But it was really cool.
So 5-second differential. So they'll get 5 seconds if they get the rebound. Get a stop, get a rebound, get a score. There's Paige. She gives it up. She gets it back. For Wiley on her. She gives it to Sarah Strong. She cuts, kicks out to the corner. And they hit the three. That's not what you wanted. 5 seconds. And a steal. Almost. 36-26. That's what you wanted to go under double digits. That's not happening.
So Sue always says she'd rather be down 20 at halftime than up 20.
In the pros.
Halftime. They got folks wearing t-shirts that say FUD around and find out.
All right, Jalen, we can't let you go without seeing one of your other March Madness highlights. This is a big moment for you, Jalen.
Wow.
It might have been a bigger moment.
Well, 20 minutes to a championship, 10-point game. They'll make adjustments. These are the defending champs. We're fine. And Moore says, I agree. I gotta mute these ladies. These ladies are really making this even a more annoying experience here. We have AZ Fudd leading her team with 13 points. Paige with 8. Sarah Strong with 8. Other than that, we got 2s and 3s. But South Carolina, this is where you got to have an identity here. Who is your go-to? Like Joyce Edwards is leading with 5 and Tessa Johnson with 5. And you got a couple people with 4. Chloe Kitts, come on. South Carolina shooting 31%. UConn shooting 48%. I mean, South Carolina's leading in threes, 25%. But I mean, if you can call that a lead. And then 14.3%. So yeah, they're just getting outplayed. How many rebounds? 18 rebounds for UConn. Hey, okay, South Carolina has 22 rebounds, but they got to convert. What are you guys thinking? I mean, both teams got too many turnovers. UConn with 5 turnovers, South Carolina with 7 turnovers. And nobody in foul trouble, really. Joyce Edwards with 2. And Jana El Alfie with 2. Rebounds do not always mean points. They don't. They mean extra possessions that you got to convert into points. Otherwise, you see how good this UConn team is. This team is so loaded. They don't need Paige to make an impact. This is the difference between Clark and Paige. Paige in a stacked roster. Raven will not be a lottery pick because of her deficiency on offense, but everything else she does is elite. You can't pay anyone to do what she does. Apparently they can. Right, Texas? Apparently they can pay them. Yeah. She needs shooters around her, though. True point guard. Sorry you're late. Foster, that means you just managed to miss some of the angst that we have had to sit through. They'll probably bring Caitlyn late in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they had her last. They had her last on their list, and which is, of course, not surprising. But, during the fourth quarter of a game, like, people really want to watch the game. I'd rather listen to Adrienne than ESPN. Right. Listen, I'd rather listen to ABC than ESPN, but that's not an option since it's out. Technical difficulties. Please stand by, they say. Yeah, Jules said, I've said it since Sweet 16. Whoever's leading, even by 1 point at 2:23, has won the game.
Then I get Alicia Gray. Then I got Enrique.
I have a hard time listening to Aaliyah Edwards. Her voice sounds like It always sounds like she's got like something stuck in her throat. Like she needs to clear her throat or something.
All right, we're gonna go to Twitter. We've got a question for you, Leah. What differences do you notice between the UConn team that faced South Carolina?
They got UConn is all over the place. UConn on ESPN, including Leah Edwards. UConn with Rebecca Lobo on ABC.
Going into the 2022 matchup, I felt like we already were kind of like, okay, we're nervous. We're kind of, it's already one.
She's too strong. Is too strong.
I feel like they're very confident. We've had a great showing all tournament.
The Texas, I'm not even following you guys. I'm only catching a piece here and there. You guys having a real like sit down convo in the middle of the game.
Well, we talk about experience a lot. I mean, this is an experienced basketball team. I mean, they've played in the finals.
Yeah, she's on now.
With you. What difference have you seen in Paige? And what does a game like this mean to her? You know her so well. You've seen her the ups, the downs.
I think she wants to leave it all on the court. It's her last.
You guys hang out after the game for the post-game show. Some of y'all need to come on for the post-game so we can talk about how South Carolina turned it around and got the win. Okay? They're only covering UConn. They only got UConn people coming up in there. Well, they had Elena Deladon, but they are everywhere. You can't avoid them. My comfort is my sweatshirt. Ah! Who's better on D, UConn or South Carolina? Right now, look like UConn is better on everything right now. And it looks so skewed. The interesting thing about it, and this is where Dawn Staley's got to tell her team, right? I'm sure she knows what to say. She don't need me. But the way they look, the way South Carolina looks so frazzled, out of sorts, that the fact that they're only down 10 is something to have hope, because we've seen them. They shouldn't even be here. And will their quote unquote luck run out? Because South Carolina should have lost at least 2 of the other games. But veteran coach, players who just dug it out, stuck it out, to defending champs, special whistle here or there, maybe. Here they are. Will that run out, or will they be able to do it again? Listen, if you saw the men's Final Four last night, you know it's not over, because Houston should not have been able to win that game. Mind you, the official, really bad call, giving Houston an opportunity to go to the line for a 1-and-1 and take the lead. That wasn't cool, but Duke the team put itself in a position that they shouldn't have been in. I mean, the game was, it's like blink and the game would have been over, but it wasn't. So South Carolina, they're the defending champs. You've got to believe that there's a run in them. It's a game of runs. So, did I see the interview with Clay's dad? Yes, Rick, I did. I saw that. He's a fan. Kara, I like how you think. Yes. I'll have the Geno tantrum on repeat. This is why I love this community. Even during championship game, it is so fun in the chat. And there's always going to be an argument or two, right? And then next time we just come back and we just keep it going. Sounds like family. Wow. Who's winning? It's a 10-point game, Texas. It was 11 points, and then South Carolina got it to 8. at the end, which is with like a minute, and then UConn did another UConn thing, hit a 3. It's a 10-point game, and South Carolina looks out of sorts. Like even when they get a stop on the other end, then they're coming back, they're frazzled, and they're just putting up shots. And I'm like, that can't be the game plan. Like there's no such thing as a 10-point shot, right? So you can't get it back in one possession. You got to play the long game. And that means you got to execute your plan. And I understand that UConn is disrupting that plan, but you got to at least attempt the plan, attempt it. Coming down and just throwing it up when you get a stop is not, no, it's not going to get it done. It's just not going to get it done. But they can get it done. They shouldn't even be here, and they're here. So defending champs, we'll find out what they got. Julie says, hopefully Dawn's halftime speech will do the trick. And I hope she got some adjustments on that board in addition to a speech, because UConn, Gino's got a speech of his own. Gino's telling them right now, whatever he's telling them they need to adjust to, he's telling them, South Carolina is going to have a run. They're going to come at you. This is where you got to maintain composure. You are 20 minutes to a championship. Keep it together. And he's telling Sarah Strong, every time you get the ball, you go ahead and score because they can't stop you. Sarah Strong almost has a double already. Wow. This freshman is 8 points. I mean, it's only 8 points though. I mean, so I'll take that. But look at it's not just the double, it's not just the double. It's the other stuff she does. I mean, she's shooting 50% from the field. She has the 11 rebounds, but she also has 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, only 1 turnover, managed to do that and only have 1 foul. And that's why I say we got to stop overhyping. I'm not saying you're doing that, but I'm saying we see this in the WNBA. We got to stop overhyping the double-double, because even if she never got to the double-double at this point, she will, right? She's got 8 points and she's going to score again. But even if she didn't, look at the rest of what she does. She can pass the ball. She can steal. She can block. She takes care of the basketball. She can bring the ball up the floor. And this is your big, who's a freshman. So for Paige Beckers, if Paige Beckers only has 8 points, as somebody already said, it's not the end of the world, because number one, Paige Beckers does a lot of other stuff too, right? But she's got a Sarah Strong. She's got Fudd. So, I mean, wow. AZ Fudd is 5 for 8. 13 points, but 5 for 8 with 2 steals. I mean, nobody's blowing anybody away with points from either one of these teams. But UConn shooting almost 50%. South Carolina shooting barely 31%. And still out-rebounding UConn. But again, a rebound, unless you put the ball back in the basket, oh, well, I mean, so you rebound the ball. Paige is playing unselfishly. Yeah. They started overhyping double-double for Angel 3 years ago. And I think to a certain extent, that works to the detriment, I mean, you can have a beautiful line and never even make a double-double and be more effective. CC joins Bird and Taurasi coming up. So wait, I wonder if CC charged ESPN $20K speaking engagement. I wonder. Diana Taurasi probably said, yo, CC, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, can we do this? Can we do this under the table? Araceli says, we're in a championship game. Araceli talking about, I'm craving chocolate chip cookies with cold milk. I picked up a pizza on my way home so that I could eat it later.
So sweet. You remember.
Can we all just say we disagree on the portal and read my article that I posted about yesterday? Can we just say we disagree? Can we do this? We can do this. We, right? Whoever we is, right? When am I we with South Carolina? I'm we today because of Tennessee. Why did I bother to Google the Edwards to see where she went to? Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely UConn. She was the one that cost them the game when CC got rid of UConn. The moving screen. Okay. So Texas, I just got a message from my article last night on Substack about the transfer portal. The title of it was that the transfer portal does a disservice to culture and commitment. And somebody just commented, and all they said was, amen. Araceli, stop it. I'm on a diet. These nicknames y'all come up with. I'm sorry, Trooper. I'm sorry. Stop it. I didn't mean to kick you. Oh, there's CC. CC's on. Advertising Gatorade. I'm glad they're not doing this fourth quarter.
Thank you. And congrats. Now, unfortunately, reality's coming to me now.
Oh, that was funny. Very self-deprecating of Diana Taurasi. You heard that?
I'm more busy now. So if I give you any advice, play as long as possible. We'll see. We'll get you 10 years. No, we'll think about it. It's a All
right, so the second half's about to start. I know you've been watching the first half. What have you seen so far?
Well, I thought it was going to be a high-scoring game there from the first 5 minutes, which got me a little excited. I was like, no defense, this is great. Then slowed down a little bit. I mean, I was watching you guys' show before I got on here. I agree with you, G. I think South Carolina, I would love to see a little full-court press. Why not pick it up a little bit?
Thank you. Full-court press. Thank you, CC.
Sarah Strong's just so good. I love her game. She's so fun to watch. AZ played great, so... it's been a solid game, but I hope South Carolina can get it close, just so it's a fun finish.
She says South Carolina, step it up.
Playing against South Carolina last year in the final game, what were some of the things that, I mean, listen, you had a great game, but what were some of the things that were difficult for you playing against the South Carolina team? Different but similar.
Yeah,
CC, I dropped like 40 on them.
That night we played them, it felt like every single one of
You need to stop right here. You need a stop right here.
Tessa Johnson comes off the bench, or maybe she started last year.
All right, there you go. Get a smart one. Get it smart.
There's just so many different.
You're taking on two people.
She's on for the next, and it's hard to prepare for that, and it's hard to stop all of that.
It's too early not to be able to watch this. It's a 10-point game with 20 minutes to go, with the defending champs in the building. You got to hang in there. But they need to get this to single digits. Kits, short. Hit the floor.
South Carolina doesn't have that low post presence. That makes it so hard to play against them.
Reverse layup. Whew. That was almost an and one.
Moving around, and they're pushing the pace, and South Carolina doesn't like it. Caitlyn, you had an amazing rookie season. You just blew everyone out of the water. When you watch Paige play, and you see her in the next level.
CC talking about Paige.
Obviously, she's going to take the WNBA, and it's going to translate instantly. And one of the things that, it takes you a couple games to get used to.
Physicality.
I think her poise.
Watch physicality come in this answer.
Into the W, it all hits you so fast. Is you're moving to a new city, you're trying to understand new teammates, you have a new coach, while you're trying to live up to all these expectations. And I think that's one of the greatest things about her game is just her poise.
No, not on. She's on ESPN with Diana and Sue.
And it's just always the same. She's always the same constant leader. So I think it'll be that for her, but also she can score at all three levels. She finishes well around the rim. Her mid-range game is some of the best I've honestly ever seen. And obviously she can score from the 3-point line too. So I think all that, and then you can play it.
Kids, nice little step through. Nice step through, kids. Nice step through. Somebody's got to say, I'm going to take this on my shoulders.
It'll be interesting to see how they kind of put those two pieces together and how that'll work.
Yeah, so bad news for South Carolina. UConn is 90-2 in the NCAA tournament when leading by double digits at halftime. So just want to get that little fun stat, which is obviously
That little floater. Weak side rebound. Now just play your game. Be smart.
You faced them, what, 3 times in the NCAA tournament? 2?
Twice in the NCAA tournament, and then I think we played them 3 times total. We played them 1 time in a Thanksgiving tournament and Phil Knight tournament out in Portland, which was really fun. We lost there too. AZ had like 1,000 points versus us. It was crazy. It was one of those nights where she got like really hot, but lost my freshman year.
Yeah, they say the things that she can remember, like even when she comes to the post game.
So when you play against a Coach Ariama coached team, what kind of beast is that?
Well, I think they just are so disciplined.
And threw it away.
What they do, they're going to do really well. And also, I think, for myself, facing his teams, they always had some of the best scouts against me. You can tell how smart he is. He understands the game. He's coached against so many really good players. And, there were games I would go into, and, the scouts were just it was just come on. Why are you going under ball screens?
You get a chance to get it to single digits, and you throw it away.
He just made it difficult.
Now they get to go up even more. Step through the D for 3. You got to rebound the basketball, people. You got to. Paige with the ball at the top, reverses it, jab step, and she gets all the way to the rim with the floater. All the way to the rim with the floater. It is 40-28.
Goes really well, the one Bonner, which I know really well.
And you fall, and you give it up. And misses. Rebound the basketball. Slow it down and run something. See what I mean? South Carolina is allowing UConn to dictate the pace of this game. That's exactly what they want to do. They're dictating the pace, causing you to just throw up shots every time you get a stop. And rebound. Good box out. Foul.
That's a hard thing within itself.
That's what happens. They want to dictate the pace of this game, and they're doing it. And you're going to have to go. There's no 12-point shot, so you're going to have to run something. Unless you have a clear, fast break, then run something. Reverse the basketball. Move the ball.
Whoever it is, I think having that experience is going to be really good for us and that leadership in the locker room. So I'm excited, and obviously Steph is one of the smartest.
Shoot that from the elbow. You got to knock that down. You got to knock it down.
Everybody admires her and the way she coaches and the way she leads. So
you wide open from the elbow. I mean,
that's awesome. So you're talking a lot about the team, but what are
Gino was tasting that championship.
There was the viral picture that went around showing off your guns. Everyone's wondering, have you been hitting the weight room? Was it the camera angle? What happened?
How did you do that? I've been trying to do that for 20 years.
AI is getting out of control. Come on. But,
It was like that. Remember when that Alex Caruso picture came out?
Yeah,
he was ripped.
Does she have 4 fouls? Yep. Oh, she does. Jana has 4. I mean, she only has 2 points, 2 rebounds. So, I mean, but no assists, no steals. And we missed the free throw. So, not making free throws either. Yeah, she caused all kinds of grief. Yeah, good point. South Carolina's crawling back. If they don't make free throws, I know it looks bad because you see the 40 and the 29, but it's just an 11-point game, right? Fawiley is back in. Now, Dawn just told Fawiley, I'm sure, okay, now it's okay to go street ball. Amor is praying. Is it time to sing Kumbaya again, y'all? We've been singing that the last 3 games. Sarah Strong just threw up a baby hook on 2 people. Sarah Strong just threw up a baby hook on 2 people.
Didn't play that much in the first half. What are you looking to see from her here, Caitlyn?
I need a little behind the back layup, something fancy to blow the roof off and get everybody going. But yeah, she needs to get going here a little bit. I think she's one of those players that can really
Wide open.
So.
Wide open. Took you to the hole. Wide open. Ah, man. I'm sure Twitter is a buzz. Dawn don't know what to say, y'all. She doesn't even know what to say.
Well, I think I just admire her and her resiliency. Like, the way
What I do with mine?
Like, it's pretty
Remote control.
seeing her
So I can
success,
turn.
especially over the
Sorry,
past
CC, but
tournament. Like, you guys-
I need to turn y'all down.
But also,
That's my
like,
remote.
she has probably one of the better shots I've ever seen. Because she's so pure, so pretty, and you know.
Cat says she's cat, the tonic.
Next year, she's.
All right, make a free throw. Come on.
Like, I just think she-
Okay, there you go. There you go. One more to go. One more to go. 14-point game. 7 possessions.
She's always poised. Whatever. And she's a good defender. Like you said.
Okay, that's 2. There we go.
She's picking up.
Here we go.
She just does everything really well.
Gotta get those hands free, Sue.
That's gonna be
No pun intended. Here comes Paige. Pagina Beckers. Pull up. And they get the roll. AZ Fuzz says, Elmer who? It's me. Elmer who? I'm the FUD. Nice spin. Nice spin. Okay. So see what happens when you get it inside?
You know, our team played against each other. It really was an amazing moment. And you talked about how, you know, if you could play against anyone that is this new generation. So I got to cross.
Ugh.
At least for a couple games.
Another shot.
That's a lot, you know. Like, we've been doing this for a long time. And see-
It's a 15-point game. All these games blowouts.
I want the season to start so I can watch it again.
Yeah, you got something to
2-man game. Okay, good. Now, I agree with CC. See what CC said? Where's the pressure? Put some pressure. Paige with the pull-up from the elbow. No good, but she's fouled. For Wiley is not doing nothing. Their first Zoom guest. Did you notice how? Okay, they're holding her for after the break. They talked about her arms too. Cece said AI does some stuff. I thought it was funny how Diana Taurasi started it. I don't know if you caught it, but she said, I guess reality is coming to me. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's what she said. I thought that was very self-deprecating, kind of fun. I can't stand Paige. Okay, KB said, oh, you're watching on ABC, recording ESPN. I wish I was watching on ABC, but technical difficulties. Let's look at this 48-35. I mean, it really is still doable. But what we see, I mean, again, Paige has 8 points. That's it. She's 3 for 9. So, I mean, you might say not doing so well there, but she doesn't have to. So, oh man, AZ Fuzz said, I'm here. Elmer, who? My name is AZ. She's got 21, and Sarah Strong has the reverse of that with 12. She's 6 for 10 and 12 rebounds, 12 points. That's a true double-double, 12-12. Sarah Strong. And nobody in double digits for South Carolina. Nobody. Chloe Kitts with 9 points. And then the closest to that, Joyce Edwards with 7. Not good. Not good. Seems way more relaxed in retirement. Wow. Paige will get the credit for winning. It'll be interesting if they win. This is a long way to go, but if they win, it's going to be really interesting to see who they give the accolades to at the end. Two teams with multiple 5 stars going at it. This comes down to coaching. I'm going to say what Gino said back in the day when they ask him that one time, they said, "What's the difference?" Gino said, "The difference is I have Diana Taurasi and they don't." In this case, I've got AZ Fudd, Sarah Strong, and Paige Beckers, and they don't. Yep. You okay, Cole? You all right? What were you eating? You eating treats? Is that what you doing? Come up here. Come on. You coming up? They need Cardoso. They need a kumbaya. Time to sing again. Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya. South Carolina need you, Lord. Come by here. And Paige hits a free throw. South Carolina need you, Lord. Come by here. Oh, Lord, come by here. UConn is hurting us, Lord. Come by here. UConn is hurting us, Lord. Come by here. UConn is hurting us, Lord. Come by here. Oh, Lord, come by here. Gino is so smug, Lord. Come by here. It is the third quarter with 4:04 to go. 15-point lead for UConn. Here's for Wiley. For Wiley, go to work. Go to work. Off the glass. Yes, there you go, for Wiley. Go do your thing. Retro says, Lord, we need you. Come by here. Paige with the ball, Lord. Come by here. Passes down low. Sarah Strong. What's up, Pope? Oh, Kelly, we already knew what was coming. We already knew what was coming. Paige gives it to the top. They need more pressure. I feel like there's not enough pressure. Even CC was saying, okay, there's a little bit of it right there. CC was like, pressure the ball. Good hands, good hands. 2-on-1, 2-on-1. There you go. She might have gotten away with a travel right there, but we'll take it. I'm not sure. She might have shuffled her feet a little bit on that pass. They got to put for Wiley in street ball mode. That's what Dawn does. Hey, Pope. 50-39. This is where you go for Wiley. Go a little bit, right? Good hands. That's why you play defense with your hands up. 2-on-1 break. That was a travel. That was a travel. We just look what happened when we started singing. Look what happened when we started singing. You see that right there? Oh no, they're not reviewing it. It just you know, traveling is like regular nowadays, right? Maybe a comeback. Hey, you got to sing louder. Woo, as soon as I said Gino is smug, Lord, come by here. All of a sudden, Fawali said, I'm going to take that. Cookies. Cookies. Sing some more. Go, Lord, come by here. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I used my flashlight. I got the flashlight out from the storms. Somebody need you, Lord, come by here. Somebody need you, Lord, come by here. South Carolina need you, Lord, come by here. Oh, Lord, come by here. Are the refs better in the men's tournament? I'll never be able to look at Kumbaya the same. For real. Well, are the refs better? They weren't last night when they blew that call and gave that 1-and-1 on that bogus foul on Cooper Flag. You got Kumbaya. Help South Carolina. Yeah, Cece said she wants a good game. She wants a close game. You know, I never thought I would be rooting for Duke before. Like, I never rooted for Coach K when he was coaching. But that, believe it or not, that's the first time I ever saw Cooper Flag play. I've heard his name. I never watched him play. And I'm like, they're so close to winning it all. And it just got away. And I mean, like, so fast. That game was technically over. But it was a bad call. That call, that over the back call was not a good call. And that was the 1-and-1. And that put Houston up. And, well, Flag got a really good look at the end. But, hey, they blew it. They blew it. There ain't no line there. 101, never pick a side. Did they ask, CC?
I hate it. I mean, I kind of love it, but I hate it. Anyways, where were we? Is Coach Ariana going to retire if they win? Diana said, I don't think he will. I think
Oh, they're talking about Gino retiring?
He sees an opportunity to build another dynasty. You know, Coach is greedy.
Because of Sarah.
I think he should maybe consider it.
Okay. Sue said he should consider retirement.
Question. I mean, he's all-time winningest coach. This is year 40. He's got through Paige. I don't know.
AZ Fudd, and she hits a 3. Guys, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that?
Yeah, I do agree with you, though, Dave. I do agree with you. What happens to Coach Ariana every time a great coach
Okay, attack.
he wants to stay.
She's attacking the basket. Okay. Yeah. Do what you got to do.
So we do have a Twitter question.
Dawn Staley is like, she is so heated. Oh, my goodness. She's got to change her. She's smacking herself in the head. She's got to change her body language. Tina said, loser. This is the thing, because your team is going to get their cue from you, and they keep missing free throws. She doesn't need to smack her head. Let me smack my head. But that meltdown is not good for your team to see. You've got to have the composure. It's like Cole right here. When I run through the house, if something is on, and I'm like, I run through the house, even the animals pick up on it. Sarah Strong hits a 3. I don't know. Okay, there you go. Shoot that from the elbow. Put it up. Put it up. Nice step through. And you just throwing it up. Yeah. Yeah, it's. She's the MVP, but will they give it to her? Right now, UConn is just playing with South Carolina. Just playing with them. And they know it. They know they're in control. Reverse. Get out of here with that mess. Rebound the basketball. And Paige just took the ball away from 2 players of South Carolina. Just took it away. Watch this. Sarah Strong. Oh, that was the FUD.
stream there, one of our games.
I mean, a big who can do that.
We would appreciate that, Dallas Wings, if you can move that.
That's wild. Look at Dawn. She looking terrible out there.
Some great, some not so great. What was one of the surprises in the coverages you saw in the WNBA?
Ooh, I mean,
Yeah, that's not a good look for Dawn. That Louis Vuitton. That Louis Vuitton is not a good look. And Paige hits 2 more. Man, we wanted to see a good game. She doing a rain dance, Mama Nita. That's a good one for it. That's a good way of expressing it. What was the last year UConn won a championship? I don't know if they had to pay. I don't know if they had to pay CC to be on here, but they're getting their money's worth. That's for sure. 2012. I don't know. Dawn is like, and still, there is still time, but they can't get stops, and they can't put the ball in the basket. So, I mean, they are forced to that. Look at that. Give me that. And the foul.
So now that you're retired, Dave, you can be honest. What was the most difficult pick and roll coverage for you?
I mean, I think the hard hedge is always annoying. You know, being a bigger guard.
No, it doesn't more. It doesn't help. It's not good for them. I mean, has she called any timeouts? Has she called any? Am I missing it? Is she not calling timeouts? I mean, no, right? Yeah, I know. I'm not even listening. I know Cece's on here, but I'm like, I'm not even listening. I'm like, they're just getting their money's worth. Offensive foul. And Paige for the long 3 misses. Not a good game for Paige, really, scoring wise.
You were the ultimate, I'm saying this in a positive, you were the ultimate manipulator. You manipulated every little situation you could to get open, to get your teammate open, to draw a foul. That to me is where you started. You always had it, but as you went, you started really separating yourself.
I know she's trying to win, but she seems like she's just, she just looks like she doesn't know what to do other than be frustrated. And I'm not quite sure what is she frustrated with. What is she frustrated with officials? Is she frustrated just with her team? Is she just frustrated? I don't know, but not even like calling timeouts. I mean, at this point, you might as well wait, right, till the quarter's over, but she's gonna have 10 minutes. Woo! 42-59, 50 to go. You need to stop. You need to stop, and they need to press. Paige is on the ground, and a foul. I know, right? The pressure. I wonder if she can't. I wonder if she don't like Gino either. She's losing the championship game. Well, why is it so hard to understand that as a coach, you have to maintain composure because your team will feed off of you? That's the part that shouldn't be hard to understand. You always coach like you're trying to win, not calling a timeout. No, I don't understand that. I don't. Right? So it's just not good. It's just not good. I get it internally, but you can't do that. You got to let your team, you got to make your team believe that you can still win this game. And doing a rain dance on the sideline isn't the look you want. Yeah. Like, don't be at this point in the game, don't be so upset. And they missed that 3. Good hands, good hands. Don't be so upset about you never stop coaching, right? Don't be so upset about losing that you stop trying to win. So now she's talking to somebody. Is it the officials? She's talking to officials. They're being very patient with her. Oh, there she is. She's smart. You see what she just did, right? So I'm pretty sure they said, don't get teed up. She said something she didn't have no business saying. And she said, and then Dawn said, okay, I got it, and walked away. So that's good. It's not completely out of control.
We missed the Twitter question that asked me what my favorite technical review was. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, she backed up. It's a 20-point game with 15 seconds left in the third quarter. And that look at that defense. My goodness. They've been talking about South Carolina's defense. Nice spin, but couldn't finish. All right, end of the third quarter. Yes, Summer. A modicum it, right? At this point, she needs to get a T. There's that too. Sometimes the T will fire you up, but I know. So they said this is turning into a little bit of a blowout. You think this has been a very disappointing tournament in that regard? Basil prefers Dawn. Basil prefers Gino, the one who called him stupid and delusional and didn't know basketball and all that. When has Dawn ever said that?
But you have the wrong people. We have all done bad things.
ABC is about to interview Dawn, KB said. For those of you who are on ESPN, KB said, I can't get ABC right now, but they're gonna talk to Dawn. I wish I could watch that. Because I know she don't want to talk to nobody. Nope. It's still experiencing difficulties. I still can't watch it. Man. The one time I want to actually see the interview, the mid-game interview, I can't. They said, Diana Taurasi says she doesn't think he'll retire because he's got Sarah Strong. He can build another dynasty with Sarah Strong. Paige could have sat on the bench all game. They would still be winning by 10. Easy. Mm-hmm. April, you just be bugging. No, she's not allowed to do that. No, April, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. Okay? She's passionate and show emotions. Everybody appreciates passion. That's not what she was doing. She was throwing a tantrum. Okay? Well, I'm not disappointed or not disappointed in Paige. I don't frankly care one way or the other about what Paige does, other than I don't know that she's playing her role. She's just playing under. I don't think her role was to play as she's playing. I think she's playing bad, or she was not playing her usual game, and so she's smart enough to know that other people can take up the slack. 3 for 10 from the field is not her role. It's just the way it is. But because she's got an AZ Fudd with 24 points and a Sarah Strong with 17 points, even when she cannot fulfill her role, it's still a 20-point game. they have enough weapons to get the job done. Not every coach has, not every coach has that privilege or whatever you want to call it. And I didn't mean anything by privilege. That's just the right word for what I'm saying. Not everybody has that. And she doesn't appear to force it. She doesn't appear to try to. I mean, she's going to take her shots, but at the same time, she doesn't mind passing the ball. And I think that's something that has frustrated Gino at times. Her letting the game come to her a little bit when he wanted her not to, and then her trying to take over when he didn't want her to. Those mixed messages. But 10 minutes left. We'll find out what happens. Remember, Paige is still in the game. Who knows what's going to happen and if she's going to go off. She's got 12. Can she score another 12 in the fourth quarter? I bet you Gino wants her to. She was composed, very brief interview, but she was professional. Yeah. I wouldn't expect anything else from her in that situation. She got to do better on the bench. She pulled offensive foul. UConn's already celebrating.
So this has me thinking.
Oh, foul. I don't enjoy seeing UConn celebrate.
What is this going to mean for Coach Auriemma just when he looks at the 12 titles? Because there's always each championship always has a different meaning. And I've already said for 2018 in the WNBA for me.
And everybody we're listening to is rooting for UConn. Whether you're on ABC listening to Lobo or here listening to Bird and Diana or Leah who is on there, everybody is rooting for UConn.
Doesn't mean it's a disappointing season. I mean, what are they talking about? That's just not realistic. So for them to, I think, win a championship with this group, he's talked about it a lot with the injuries and the ups and the downs of each of their players and the journeys that they've gone through. To be able to do it with this group, at the end, he might say this is his most satisfying one.
I agree.
Can we do a Houston on Duke? Can we do a Houston on Duke, y'all?
So much success.
You got to compete.
The way the program has, the way that CD has, so much success. And then to find yourself closer towards the end of the beginning, and you find yourself in a position where you're the underdog, right? Where you have to prove it, right? That's that shift that, I don't know, I think it makes championships like this a little more satisfying.
But I think when you talk about South Carolina, you talk about Dawn, when you think about her career, there's so much left to be with, so much left. And when you lose championship games, it gives you that feel for the next year. And she has, she's gonna have a team that comes back next year if they can't pull off a miraculous, comeback here. That is gonna happen under again. That is gonna be chasing a title. And we let one get away. And we could have gone back to back. And we didn't play great. Those are the things that Connecticut's been feeling for the last 7 years.
So I was just going to ask you going through Paige's head, and I guess going through what my lady's saying over there. What do you think's going through Paige's head right now?
Yeah, I mean,
you can taste it.
There's, I think right now, from listening to Paige, she really is just dialed into whatever's going on in the game right now. I don't know.
Texas says Houston.
Too far ahead of her or getting close to winning it. This is what
They got a little help from a special whistle, but I got, and they battled.
Because you're so close.
I was going to say, every experience I've had.
They haven't been able to make any adjustments. Chloe Kitts is the leading scorer with 9 points. That's just bad. Just bad. Defending champs, and you got nobody in double digits. And just missed that lap. Nobody in double digits. You're the defending champs.
There's just a feeling right now. I don't see that happening. There's just a feeling. Everything for South Carolina right now just feels hard. Everything for UConn feels easy.
Yeah, I mean, in that first game against Texas, you could see South Carolina dictate every possession. And tonight, it's obviously been Paige and AZ.
Is everybody in the house rooting for Connecticut?
Everything looks hard. That's just the way this game has gone, slowly but surely.
It's too bad they didn't give us a good battle here.
Prediction coming in, and I said this earlier today. UConn was gonna.
I would if we had to win, I would much prefer for Gino to be a little bit nervous. You know, I would much prefer Gino to be a little bit on edge, but right now he's thinking about vacation. Sarah Strong. Oh man, the torture.
That's the same feeling South Carolina had last year. They had an incredible Final Four, and this year it feels like UConn's had that.
No. I wasn't talking about this. If you're talking about me, I was talking about that bad call last night. No, I'm not going to blame the officials on this one. Period. Nope.
What's going through his head?
That's not what I'm saying. This is just one team playing that much better than another.
In his press conference, Paige exits the room, and the world thought the man got emotional. And
South Carolina is going to get slaughtered on Twitter after this game. Listen, people are not. Let's be honest. There are some people out there. They couldn't care less. It's not even about South Carolina. It's totally about Paige. There's Paige. Cuts to the basket and one. That is totally about Paige. It's not even about Paige. I know Caitlyn is not even in the building, but we know that that's a part of it for some people. Gino was on vacation already. He's not worried about a thing. Hey, Don. The crowd seems like it's all UConn, and UConn is celebrating like they already won, which I find frustrating, but
There they go. Crowd's going crazy. MVP, most valuable Paige. Most valuable Paige, doctor.
and they're
so now that it's getting closer to
Diana Taurasi just said most valuable Paige. She's not the MVP of this game, but of course, she dropped some serious points in this tournament.
There was a different attitude about him this year with this group. And that sometimes comes with a lot of.
Look how she slides her feet on defense. You see it, AZ Fudd slides her feet. They're yelling MV Paige or whatever. Or that's what Diana Taurasi said. Tracy says Sarah Strong is going to win MVP. She should. Or AZ Fudd. I mean, Sarah Strong has 19 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 3 fouls now. AZ Fudd, 24 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals.
some sort of decisive game, playoff game, a championship game.
I think in the playoffs we've gotten blown out a couple times. A game.
I'm glad I bought myself some pizza to eat later because I'm going to need some comfort food. Not only is my bracket busted, but UConn is busted. South Carolina is set the screen and turn wrong. For Wiley, and why don't they pressure? I don't understand why you don't pressure the ball. Like, give yourself a chance. You don't think, maybe they don't think they can stick with UConn in a press? Wow. Everything going there against their way. Too bad South Carolina wouldn't do it. Houston did. Yep, Scipio, she'll be MVP because she's been hyped so much. That's what I'm thinking. It'll be interesting to see what they do there. Of course, Paige, the way she is, she probably would be more than excited to have her teammate get that honor. Yeah, Chris, a bad blowout. Bad. You missed a whole lot. You missed Dawn Staley pouting and stomping her feet on the sideline. She says, I'm depressed. I still remember being in a meeting, and that might have been the year that Summit missed winning her 4th championship, getting a chance for the 4th. Coach Summit, I remember being in a meeting at work with parents and teachers and stuff, and we took a break, and one of the teachers pulled me aside, and she's like, Adrienne, you don't seem like yourself. What's going on? And I was just like, oh, really? And I'm like, maybe because my team just lost. And I think I was still wearing that sadness on my face. Oh, my goodness. Another 3. Sarah Strong. If she ain't the MVP, something's wrong. It is a 30-point. Embarrassing. It's embarrassing. This has been embarrassing. Final Four was embarrassing. A 34-point. They had a 34-point win in the Final Four against UCLA, and 30 right now. Well, like I said, South Carolina should not have won the last 2 games. They have not won. They should not have won those games.
And you can tell these teams are always all in.
I wonder if this blowout is a good one, though. I wonder if everybody's watching Paige because they want to see what, her get that championship. And Paige gives it up. And they're going to waste the clock. Paige in the corner, probably going to go back door. Nope. For 3. Miss. Offensive rebound. .426 to go. 7 on the shot clock. Wow, Sarah Strong, most points in NCAA history by a freshman. Defense is stifling. Oh, he's gonna take the starters out because in the championship game you extra short. I mean, in that case, you just want to be extra short. It's got to be something when you got the win and you just got to wait it out. And the rest of us got to watch UConn celebrate. It is brutal. It's embarrassing. It's been that way. I mean, when you see Dawn not even try, like she's not even utilized timeouts throughout this game, which I find really interesting. I mean, she didn't seem to have that fight in her. He had his feet kicked up. Yeah, he saw the handwriting on the wall really early. I'm sitting on the South Carolina bench hitting that transfer portal. Oh, that's something else, man. You could have seen how South Carolina was playing for the first quarter. April said Dawn is about to be in the transfer portal. Wow. That's just hit the like button, y'all. I mean, I wanted a game. I really wanted to see a game. She never called timeout, didn't try to fix the problem. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. She threw a tantrum. As much as I can't stand Gino and UConn, have to give them credit for blowing everybody out of the water. Yeah, they were playing their best basketball at this time of the year. Basil said, I could not be more happy about being wrong for calling 12-point win. I don't know, Basil, but you're a special something rooting for somebody who called you stupid. I'm just saying. Ooh. Jess says, my favorite is watching the growth of the teams and players into the next year. I think Strong is going to be a big impact, no doubt, especially with her mom's history and how she's ready mentally. I remember when Dawn Staley said, I don't know how we didn't go for Strong, like go to recruit her. She's like, I don't know what happened. So, I mean, her mom played with Dawn, right? You would think that they would have tried to recruit her or something, but it sounded like best college player without a title. They got Lisa Leslie, Sylvia, Nneka, Kelsey, Sabrina, and Caitlyn. 62% say Caitlin Clark, then Lisa Leslie, then Sabrina Ionescu, then Kelsey Plum, Sylvia Fowles, and Nneka Ogwumike. Best college players, CC by far. I just read an article. They did. KB, what did they do? Who's they? I missed them. I missed you. Oh, she did have offers. Okay. So I don't know if Dawn meant, I'm not sure how we didn't get an opportunity to get her. I don't know how we didn't close the deal. Maybe she meant that. Because I remember her saying, I don't know what happened. I think they can do it. I think they can come back and win this. I think this is the most people I've seen in your live stream. Woohoo. Well, thank you for that. During the WNBA season, I've had close to 2,000 before. During the Fever game in the early days. Raven is crying. Wow. How much money? Oh, those are people of real faith. Elijah says Jesus overcame the grave. South Carolina can do this. Hey, it is close to Resurrection Sunday. Oh man, there's a steal. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Freedom. I'm kidding, of course, but it seemed like that. It seemed like that's what it was like. Houston gets Duke yesterday. Sarah Strong. They doing trivia. I think Diana Taurasi and them doing trivia. $240 to go. 82-53. I got to look at my bracket and say and see what I said the winning score, the total points would be. I'm sure it was less than this. Oh, thank you, Araceli. There's Paige. Gino's going to be crying about Paige. 134. Is that what I picked? Oh, yes, Savannah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Here's Paige. She misses. She gives it up. Well, 2 minutes to go. So this is where he's got to get Paige out so she can get her standing ovation. On a dead ball, that's what he's going to do. There's Paige. Misses again. This is not a good game for her. 160. I thought defense was going to rule the day, Danny, so will we take Paige out now? He should take all 5 of them out. He up there looking like he's still coaching. Yep, there's what they're doing. Take them out so they get their ovation. Yep. Him and Paige. She's crying. No. What I'm saying, LA, is that I'm not saying he should take her out. What I'm saying is that that's protocol, that when you love a player, you always take them out a little bit before, because you want them to get that moment you just saw. Everybody cheers. That's just what you do, not because it's her last game. It's because that's what you do out of respect for your player. You give them that last standing ovation. So I knew it was coming. So that's the point right there. And they always do it for their big time players. Here's the steal. I mean, listen, I'm no Paige fan, but she came back because Gino said you don't want to be the best, never to win a championship. She's had lots of injuries. And here she is. Nice block. Right, Cheryl. I think LA misunderstood. But yeah, that's just what you do. It's that you give them an honor. Savannah, I don't think Dawn Staley would go for that. You went 100%, John. I've been busted a long time ago. 20 seconds left. Can South Carolina come back? (2015-5) First player to do 2015-5 in the national championship game, and it is a freshman. And there it is with 0.1 second. It's a shot clock violation. 82-59. And there it is. Wow. Oh, Full Wiley's really, really crying.
This could be his most satisfying national championship. I think this one holds so much weight. He's been waiting for this for so long, since 2016, getting to Final Four, crushing years, heartbreak, on and off the floor.
After Caitlyn set him down last year, it's got to mean a lot to them. Oh, here comes Holly Rowe. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The long, drawn-out answer. Wow, Silweda.
Has it been time? And yeah, we kept hanging in there, and it's because these players.
Here come the tears.
Make me want to hang in there every day. this team has changed so much from the beginning of the season. If people only knew, we had a preseason scrimmage. We lost a scrimmage. I thought we wouldn't make the NCAA tournament. But this is, I mean, they've all been gratifying, don't get me wrong. But this one here.
More. Everyone watches women's sports.
It's been a long time since I've been that emotional when the players walk up the court.
We saw that hug with Paige. All that she's been through, all that she's fought.
Yeah, we're talking about Paige.
During that hug, Coach, what are you saying to her?
I love you. That's all I can say. I love you.
I love you, Paige. You came back and got me this championship.
Paige has been there for a while. AZ was brilliant today. All she has had to fight through. And your freshman Sarah Strong, your big three delivering. How do you describe the talent and the bright spot that you are in?
Well, it's amazing to have three players.
I want to cry. I never stepped foot on South Carolina campus.
And Sarah, you would think Sarah was graduating the way she plays, right?
He ain't lying there. Sarah, something else.
Complement each other so well. They all have such unique skill sets. About 2 months
Gino made you cry? He might make me cry, but not for same reason.
It was like, yeah, we like each other. We like each other a lot. We spend a lot of time together off the court and on the court. But I think after the Tennessee game, I think they fell in love with each other, with the process, with ourselves as a group, and they started liking their coaches. And I've never been happier than I've been the last couple of months coaching the team.
Texas say he been new. Texas went down home. He been knew he was gonna win since halftime. Just give credit to players, not long stories.
It is different and it's special.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like heartbreak to make these moments feel really special. You know, that's the only way you get to a point where.
I wish I could. Man, I like Sarah Strong's game so much. I wish she were not wearing UConn jersey. Thank you, Jency. We're going to hang out for the post-game show. I need some of y'all to come on. We got to talk some things through. We got to comfort and console. Paige. Remember, Aton Thomas said people didn't like Paige because she's semi-black or something. It sounded like the crowd really loved it. Oh, it's Middle America. Middle America doesn't like Paige because she's, I don't know, got a black stepmom or something. She is special. Yeah, she's just for a freshman and she's so composed about it, you know?
How has he gotten the best version of Paige Beckers? Yeah, he told me he loved me, and I told him I hated him. So,
she said he told him I hated him. Obviously joking.
But it's because he's challenging me and making us all better in ways we never even knew we could. And he always has our back. That's the thing. Like sometimes it feels like he's on you, and he has nothing but bad things to say. But he always
Michelle.
Eton
Thomas was trash, and he had having like 5 points. He shut her. Eton. I love Stay, but my drum pad is calling. Love you, Adrienne and the gang. Love you, Teddy. You have a good day. They don't like her because of her black stepmom. Yeah, that's what he said, and because of her SP speech. Savannah, I would be too. Listen, I'm black, and they say that to me. Okay, give God the glory. I hear it. Give God praise.
Yeah, Coach told me before the game, all I need from Paige is for Paige to be Paige today. And now you're a champion. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Got it.
So Paige Beckers, 3-time Big East Player of the Year, 3-time unanimous first team All-American, 2021 National Player of the Year, 2025 National Champion. And who's going to be MVP here? You're black by color only. There's a difference. What is that? What does that mean, April? Don't get blocked. Don't get blocked now. Don't get blocked. I'm black by color only. You telling me I'm not black? What? I'm gonna draw the line right there. I'm gonna draw the line. Yeah, pushing it. Moderators pushing it. I'm not sure. Now, mind you, this is the same person who was rooting for Paige over Dawn Staley, but I'm not black. Hey, Lynn. Kara, you ready? You ready? What is that? I mean, what is that even supposed to mean? Like, I'm black by color only? What does that mean? I work hard. I pour into people. I've been to Africa on a missions trip. I've been to Guatemala on a mission trip. Where you been? Where you been? Because I like Caitlyn Clark. Small-minded black folk, man. Yeah, that was a little bit, y'all know me. But that's why I draw the line. Talk that talk. Folks staying in their basements. I'm in Africa building, going to visit people who've got malaria in hospitals, and you home telling me I'm not black.
He said to us yesterday, if we play like we did the other night against UCLA, we're going to win. They certainly played like that. Absolute dominance in the semifinal.
Thank you, God Design. Thank you.
Just incredible connectivity.
It like LA, right? It's like literally interesting, right? To see the how long it's been. Coach Summit was 8 of them. Yeah, I know that was over the top. I'm black, but I'm not pro-black. What does that even mean? I'm pro-people. I'm pro-April. I'm pro-Adrienne. I'm a Christian. I don't worship race. I'm not a race idolater. No, nah. I'm not black by color only. And like I said, don't even go there.
He said, I've lost before in Final Fours. I've lost more than I won. You know how they introduced me? As a champion.
Basil, I went to Africa with white people too. White and black people. We're supposed to love people. I know April, she sees color first. Meanwhile, she wasn't rooting for Dawn Staley. Dawn Staley wasn't black enough.
To do so, joining Tennessee in 1987, Louisiana Tech in 1988, and then Baylor.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Everybody, listen. Everybody, stretch your hands for April. Everybody, stretch your hand. So, Lord, we just pray in Jesus' name that she will understand that it's not just about skin color. We pray that you would change and transform her heart in the name of Jesus. We break every chain and stronghold over her mind right now. Hallelujah. Don't get me going. Look at Brett's hand. Look at Brett. Brett said, I stretch forth my hand right now. Amen. I got the amens in the house.
presentation.
So they're about to do the trophy presentation.
Entering this year, Paige was one of 18 UConn.
Well, she said I'm not pro-black. No, she said she was talking to me, Scipio. She just said that I'm not pro-black, so I'm black by color only. She clarified. She doubled down. We going to church. Church. Oh yeah, MVP in the works, y'all. Kelly Marie said God don't like ugly, and like my Aunt Alma said, and he ain't too particular about pretty either.
We'd like to congratulate the University of South Carolina.
And more, right?
But now we would like to, on behalf of the NCAA and the entire division,
I wish I could wear my hair like that.
present the championship trophy to the University of Connecticut.
Connecticut with the trophy.
He's still busy coaching.
Yes, he smoked. While visiting in the backyard. Summer. Yeah, no, she does that. But Dawn does that too. And Dawn has taken heat because she's talked about God. And they've come after her. You know? So there's that too. You can wear your hair like that. You got to do a twist out. I can't pull it off. Thanks, Cheryl. Yeah, I liked her natural look. Yes, KB, I agree. Holly Rowe, Hall of Famer, Holly Rowe. Thank God. No, I've never heard him say that. Oh, I thought she was just as a broadcaster person. Shout out to the fans.
I think all of my former players that are
I think Paige is a Christian though.
You cut down the nets and everybody gets a little piece.
Or professors.
I wish we had enough nets that every one of them got a piece of it.
We gotta watch him cry. Did I just see Breonna Stewart?
You know, this is such a hard thing to do. This is now the 12th.
Tyrone says it's a scenic route.
You told me yesterday there were 100 people at your first UConn basketball game. There's probably 100 million that know about the UConn women's program now. How far you've come to now stand atop this mountain by
He's
the most of any men's or women's program with 12 national championships.
12. We miss you, we miss you, Coach Pat. We miss you.
This is one of those things that happens.
There's his assistant behind him. She's the one that always drags him away from getting text.
At one point, I said, hey, dear God, I don't need one of these, but damn, my players do, man. Can you do it for them? So I think it means a lot to me personally, obviously.
So it sounds like he was singing Kumbaya, my Lord, too.
But I've said this 100 times. Tomorrow I get up in the morning and I'm the same person.
He's always on though, KB.
Friends and same family, but these kids, their lives have been changed forever, and I'm glad that I had a part in that.
Gotta put that up, Savannah. Amen. God showed himself to me through prayer, so happy people open my faith. Just hope they're genuine. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you for sharing that testimony. Is it AZ5?
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I remember when you played
Yeah,
the
she
championship and you didn't feel well, you were sick. It didn't go the way you wanted, and then
43
injuries mounted, and your career didn't go the way you wanted, and now here you stand. Where does this reservoir of resilience come from in you?
Just the people I surround myself with. My teammates, people I'm with every single day, they support me, encourage me. I lean on them, and they're there for me every day. My family, the coaching staff, the support.
Yeah, she was shocked. She looked like Kate Martin when she got drafted. She had that. She looked like Kate Martin when they called her name at the 2024 WNBA draft. Listen, with a name like AZ Fudd, you got to be good.
The lowest moments to the highest of highs right now, how have they lifted you up?
Most outstanding player.
Every single day. I mean, they're the reason I'm playing basketball. They taught me most of the things I know. So shout out, where are they? Shout out mom and dad. But to be able to stand here, just see all the people that I love in the crowd, the people I love here.
Is that her dad?
I don't even have words to describe this moment right now.
Okay, Paige and Sarah, come here really quick, really quick.
How do you overcome sadness? Well, faith helps. Weeping endures for a night. When you know the Lord, joy comes in the morning.
You've got the freshman that has been absolutely brilliant.
And you have faith and trust.
Proud and the fans who have embraced you. And what are your words for the future of this team? Well, obviously, thank you. This turnout has been great. Tampa's.
Yeah, Fudd deserved it today. And last game.
I want to say a special shout out to our managers and practice players who came all the way from stores. And all the moms who showed up to support us, just everybody here to support a sold-out crowd. That's a great environment for women's basketball. And this team is in great hands. I'm not worried about them at all. Obviously, the coaching staff speaks for itself. But these players, we got the blueprint now. We know how to do it. We know what it takes to get back here. And they got a whole lot of heart, a whole lot of passion, a whole lot of faith. And I got nothing to trust in them. All right, Sarah, one quick question. One of the best.
Yeah, that was nice.
Seen in history from a freshman, the most points ever scored in an NCAA.
Yes, Cheryl. Neither are we. Most of us.
To step up so big on this stage.
I mean, I'm more proud of my teammates. I mean, I feel like we did a really good job just executing everything and staying.
She sounds like Aaliyah.
All right, well, thank you so much. Good job, good job. Your 2025 NCAA Women's Basketball Champion, the UConn Huskies.
I don't know why AZ Fudd reminds me of AZ Fudd reminds me of a softball player. Did April get the boot? I don't think so. You do daily devotionals retro. Why can't I find? We gotta like hook up.
A senior class that's done so much for that program.
Oh, timeout. Gary, you put her in. Kara put her in timeout.
Done such an incredible job as well building that program, but certainly a team.
She's like Tom. No, she got put. Kara, I think Kara put her in timeout. All right, Mama Nita. And she said thank you to whoever gifted me the subscription. And she said, God bless everyone. God bless you, Mama Nita. Wow, coach's assistant. I forgot her name, but man, she's been through the years with him. I wonder what it feels like a Aaliyah Edwards, who didn't get it last year, and she's out there with them, but I wonder what that feels like for Sue and Brianna and Diana. It's just like, oh, I remember, and I feel good for them. But I wonder what it feels like, you know, when you didn't get it and you're watching it. Oh, yeah, Eliza. That's the plan. That's the plan. 40 years. And listen, this is the interesting thing. He's coached for 40 years. Diana Taurasi played for 20 years. She's halfway there before retirement.
It's the NCAA Women's Championship post-game show presented by Nissan. That's over on ESPN.
Yeah, right. It's got to be mixed emotions, Basil, right? It's sort of like I'm so happy for them, but at the same time, it's got to be, you know, All right. So they gave them a good time because the Final Four, last night's Final Four with the guys, that wasn't even a championship. And I think they got even more time than the ladies. So, all right. Who do I have winning the men's championship tomorrow? Listen, yesterday was the first game I even actually saw. And the way Houston came back, you got to kind of hope that they win, maybe. That was something. I don't even know. I haven't followed any of them, but I was rooting for Cooper Flagg and Duke, and the way Houston did it, you kind of got to go, okay, I see you. Okay, so Amor, you want to come on? We need a post game here. We need a post game. I want to know what your initial thoughts, your initial feelings. I'll ask some questions as they pop into my head, but this is the end. We've been hanging out together all this time, and we gotta have this moment here. So, who wants to come on? I'll start with members of the channel, of course. Amor, you can come on. I don't think I got any goats in the house, but maybe some legends or whatever. But Amor, if you want to start it off, you can do that. Anybody but Duke. Listen, I can't do who said okay, good. Amor, hop on, please do. Somebody said anybody but Duke, and it makes me nervous because I was like anybody but UConn, and look what happened. Oh, there. All right, here's Amor. I think she's wearing her Tennessee too.
I was.
Okay.
I don't have any other colors, Adrienne.
Kindred spirits right here. We got to hang out next year more on the Tennessee games.
Yes.
I didn't see it. I haven't really watched for years, you know?
It's been a while since I've been this excited about Tennessee. There were years where I didn't watch at all just because I had other things going on. But yes. I started watching again a couple of years ago. And that happened to be when Rakia joined. That's why she's my favorite player. Mm-hmm. There wasn't much to celebrate. We were always like,
yep.
Just short of the SEC final, the SEC championship, the Sweet 16, the Elite 8. And I think I'm happy about our coach. I told you how much I liked her already. We're getting a good recruiting class. We've got enough players coming in that we could have a solid veteran class. We need bigs though, so I'm hoping that we can take advantage of the portal for that.
Now, has anybody entered the portal?
Yeah, there's a player that's 6'6". I'm forgetting her name or what school she played for, but there are a couple of center.
Why are you leaving? Right now. Anybody leaving?
Oh, there's one who's already Avery Strickland. She's already graduated, and I think the motivation there is that her boyfriend is also a basketball player and is graduating, so I think they're kind of moving together. But that's it. No stars leaving.
Okay, so let's talk about this game. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you came into the game. If I remember you right, you said you believed it would be these two, but you thought South Carolina would win.
Yeah, I did.
Tell me first of all why you thought that. Was it just wishful thinking, or did you really have a reason for thinking that? And when did you realize that it was going south real fast?
No, I thought that they were really going to do it. They had they lost Cardoso last year, but the core of their team is still here. They have a strong senior class with Bree Hall. I really like. I hope that she gets picked up in the WNBA. Just like flies under the radar because she's not flashy, but she's solid defensively and offensively, and she's also got she's got a sunny personality and can do good interviews. I think the WNBA needs more of that. Yeah, sure. But they've got Raven, and then they've got Pow Pow. They have a deep bench. They have sophomores coming back, Full Wiley and Tessa, who were big for them in the final last year. Mm-hmm. So enough young players, a good mix of young players, a good mix of veterans, and they have enough competitive games throughout the season that I didn't think that UConn would be able to surprise them.
Okay, so you mentioned Pow Pow because she scored the first bucket in this game.
Yeah.
And I feel like other than one or two times, I never mentioned her name again.
Yeah, and usually when Papo gets going, then that gets Tessa going too, and it's just like a ripple effect in the positive direction after that. But it just didn't happen. I did think that we needed a big game from Chloe Kitts,
Yeah.
and that didn't happen on offense or defense.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Raven played well. I think Bree Hall played well. Joyce Edwards had her moments. Fagan had her moments, but just couldn't like get anything going. Very disappointed in Dawn in that third quarter. Very unprofessional. The coach sets the tone, right? So you're like that. The language. She didn't even stand up in that third quarter. So I thought like
fourth quarter again, it seemed like she started to stand up.
Yeah.
What was
It came across as defeated to me, because usually when she's engaged in the game, she's like running up and down or walking up and down the sideline. She's in the coach's ears. She's cheering her players. It looked like she was disappointed in her players, and it looked defeated. And if you see that from your coach, right, like what's gonna get you going?
And she was like, I read the mouth, and and she just no timeouts, and it was like it almost looked like she knew it just was. She had nothing.
Yeah. I think we're a little too loose with about like expressing our authentic selves these days. There's a lot to be said about emotional regulation, especially when you're getting paid millions to coach young players on national television.
I refer to her as a great coach. Would you concur generally?
I do. I mean, how many coaches in recent years have done what she did, just building first with Temple, right? Like she got Temple as far as she could in the 7-8 years she was there, like never really national contenders, but came to South Carolina, built the program from the ground up, got her first big recruit, Asia Wilson, won a championship with there. And then of course the winning helps recruit more players. And now she's got like a stacked team, right? But I respect her a lot. Respect her a lot as a player. I just today I saw a Dawn that I've never seen before, and it's unfortunate that it had to happen. That's all.
Yeah, especially this game.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see she really, really wanted it. It seemed like it was more. Oh, they're still showing the celebration. It seems like it was really more tied up into we got to win it. I don't know. I felt like it was like she had nothing, and so she pouted and she stomped her feet. And I know the emotions are there. You pour so much in, but I did not expect to see what we saw.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are like, poor Dawn,
No. And there's nothing to be ashamed about, right? Like two championships in 2 years without really like any standout players.
Yeah.
Besides like, all right, Aaliyah Boston, all right, Cardoso, but there's, I think somebody commented that it might have been you called out that there weren't there wasn't anybody except one player in double digits in points this season, but that's not like I don't recall any South Carolina player ever having like a 25-30 point game. It's always an all around effort for the team. So she typically uses her bench well. And like if any three people get going, things usually go well for South Carolina.
So what do you think of how she utilizes Wiley? What's your thoughts about her? And do you think she'll enter the transfer portal? There was talk about that early.
No, I don't think that. I've seen a couple of interviews from Wiley. Well, she's been asked something like that, like something like, are you disappointed that you're not getting more minutes, or like what has the transition been like since your freshman year? I know that she and Dawn have talked about like what improvements Dawn wants to see from her, and Wiley seems to have embraced that challenge. And from what I understand, even talking to South Carolina fans that I've met, they believe that Wiley embraced the challenge and did show improvement this year. I think she, like her style of play, though, street ball, you can get too caught up and you don't always make the right decisions. I feel that way about a couple of Tennessee players who play that way. So I think Dawn needs to see more maturity from a basketball IQ standpoint from her in order to trust her to be a starter.
But I feel like I've seen her also like, okay, now go bail us out early in the tournament, doing the same thing that frustrates me when you do it otherwise, you know? But so KB said, well, what does it mean to be undefeated for so long, meaning, you know, Dawn, but then to get beat so badly twice by UConn this year? What happened? What would you say?
I think UConn stepped up. I think we need to be careful about, all right, we're seeing a blowout, but I don't want to discredit UConn. I don't know what happened in that Tennessee loss, but that's when like they really picked it up. And I think Tennessee did well against them because Tennessee also likes chaos and they have similar styles. Both are quick. That's why Tennessee could compete. But this is the best UConn team that I've seen like since pre-pandemic. Honestly, I think it's just their time. And sometimes like, there's a lot of intangibles that go into the game, right? So you can't. It's not all in like playmaking or strategy. Sometimes sometimes it's just their year.
Earlier in the season, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, because you questioned them in the Southern California loss. Wait, is that all though? Southern California beat them. Tennessee beat them. That might have been it.
Did they play USC?
Yeah, they played USC back in December though, so it was early on.
And they beat USC?
No, they lost to USC by 1 or 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
everybody got healthy at the right time, and they certainly had the talent. So and they didn't even need Aubrey Griffin, who I think is the most athletic person on the team. So next year they're going to be ass scared. I can't. Too early, too soon. I'm going to stop that train of thought.
All right. Well, thank you. I always appreciate your knowledge. Like somebody just wrote, Jules just wrote, I love Amour's your knowledge of the game.
Oh, thank you. I'm just a fan, so I want to preface. Yeah, I want to caveat that.
Well, I need your mind. I need your mind. So, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right. So excellent stuff as always from Amour. So here's my next question here, and I hope somebody wants to come on. Whether you come on, you can come just audio, or you can come video like Amour did. And so there's the link because I want to look ahead to the WNBA and Paige Bueckers. What are your thoughts about Paige Bueckers at the next level? What are your expectations? April 14th is the draft. So we're 8 days away. Okay. Somebody come on and talk to us about what you expect from Paige based it on what you saw today, what you've seen in the past. What about Paige? Angela said there's levels to this. Kara says, thank you, Amour. You are amazing. So somebody come on and just tell me, what did you see from Paige today? What are your expectations? Here comes Lindy. Excellent. Scipio says, I love Amour's analytical breakdowns. Absolutely. Me too. Okay, Lindy, welcome to the Adrienne Ross Show.
Hi.
Hi. Who did you want to win this game?
Actually, I really didn't want either, to be honest.
Sure.
But and I didn't want UConn to win only because Gino. I just can't handle the man. You know, UConn peaked at the right moment.
True.
And I feel real bad for SC because they didn't have a coach that supported them during this game. And that, you know, it's just sad.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm really sad about is that when you have blowouts like this in the Final Four, it does nothing for women's basketball. It will decrease your viewership. And that's what's really sad to me.
That's what I wondered as well. And I asked that question during the Final Four. I'm like, does this help? I thought, well, maybe it does help. Maybe there are people who are going, wow, UConn is so good, so dominant. Nobody can stop Sarah Strong. Look at this AZ FUD. I want to watch. But I don't know if that's most people feeling like that, or they just turn it off, because actually the numbers suggest that they are turning it off. I'm going to add Michelle while you continue to talk. Michelle, if you can, I think you got to turn
Speaking
YouTube
of
off.
freshmen, you know, I got eliminated due to purity. We went
Michelle?
Yes.
I think you're back. We're picking up on your background. So you got to turn off the.
Headed that way.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. So stay right there. So, Lindy, I'm going to get back to, I want to get back to Dawn Staley because you said she let them down. What do you think? What in the world happened?
I just think mentally, when things started to fall apart, I think she did have a game plan, but I think when UConn started picking them up and playing better defense, and I know what I noticed the most is whoever was hot on SC, UConn jumped on that quick. The person, they were looking at the person, not so much the entire game, and so they were shutting him down, and I don't think Dawn expected that. And so she had no other game plan. And I think she just mentally, she was just, what do I do without, with her experience, she should know what to do. But I just think she shut down brain-wise.
Okay, right now they're cutting down the net. Now, let me ask you this. As you saw it, who was her, whatever you want to call it, the demonstrativeness, who was that directed towards?
Oh, I think she was just frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's really directed at a player in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more an inner thing, and it was inappropriate, because a coach, no matter how bad it gets, you've got to be there. You got to remember, these are young ladies. They're not very old.
Right.
And so they need that support. It's just like your children, no different. And, I've been lucky throughout every sport I've ever played. I've had coaches that no matter how bad we lose, they're right in there with us and said, you know what, we did our best, but they couldn't do their best when they had no support on the bench. And your coach is your biggest support. If your coach doesn't believe in you, they're going to fall apart.
Yeah. And that was, I didn't see any, I was surprised. Michelle, I want to let you jump in here. What are you thinking? And Linda, you can stay or you can go if you have to go, whatever you want.
Well, I want to talk about WNBA.
Okay. Okay, great. So hold that thought.
Okay.
Michelle, what are you thinking?
Yes. I actually was agreeing with the lady that was just talking.
Lindy?
It seemed to me that Dawn gave up right about around the first quarter.
Wow.
She wasn't the Dawn I saw coach the last 2 years in the finals. Not at all.
Yeah.
She was mad and mad quick, and then it was over for her. I saw her do nothing spectacular to try to change what was going on. No timeouts.
Right.
I thought she should have took a timeout about center time of second quarter, and she didn't. And I was like, what is going on with her? And it just didn't make sense to me. I felt bad. I felt bad for her because I felt like maybe first time that she's ever been outcoached. I mean, truly outcoached. Usually she has an answer for everybody.
Right. Yeah, that surprised me too. And at first I thought it was just me. That's why I asked. I said, did she? Okay. Oh, wait, this is their first title since 2016. Okay. So at first I was like, did she call a timeout and I missed it? And then everybody was like, no, she didn't call it. She's not calling timeouts. And somebody just said something about, she was playing Christy Size, Retro said, with the timeouts. Yeah, I don't understand. And KB said the same thing. That was the strangest. No timeouts.
I heard that.
Yeah, she could have shifted the energy.
I agree.
And I'm not. It's foreign to every one of us. So yeah. Anything else you want to add before I get to Lindy and talk about the next level? I think she wanted to say for Paige, Dawn Sides. We'll call her Dawn Sides. You got anything else, Michelle?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just here for visiting and listening.
Okay, good. A beautiful Afro woman still crying. All right, thank you so much. Okay, now Lindy, were you going to answer about the next level for Paige?
Yes.
What do you think? What are you seeing? What do you think?
Okay, I think Paige is a great player. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody jumped on Diana for saying what she said, but it was true what she said. When you go from college to the WNBA, you don't know exactly what's coming because it's a lot different than playing in a college ball. Not only is it just physical, the players are smarter, their IQ is better. And, Caitlyn really was the exception. They beat her up. They tried to do all these sorts of things, and she came out on top. But that's because she's a generational player. That's what makes a difference. Paige, my concern is that even she's 25 now. Am I correct on that?
No, I think she's 23.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It just feels that way.
Okay, yeah, just because she's been there so long. And so my concern is, as much as she knows and how many friends that she has in the WNBA, I don't understand why hasn't bulked up more this year in preparing herself for the WNBA, because that's going to be hard for her. The first time AT hits her, she's going to be she's going to feel it. She's going to know, okay, I'm at a different level here. And Caitlyn talked about it in the interview today about players stacking on you. Just the overall play is just so much difference, and you have to adjust. Now, I think Paige is going to adapt pretty well. I think there's some other players I think that will adapt better, but but I just think she's going in with feeling really good about herself, and which I'm happy for, because I think in the beginning of the year she played like crap, and I was also really happy she did not get MVP, because that would have just been really bad.
Not good.
And but I think overall, I think she'll do okay. She's not Caitlyn, and we shouldn't expect her to be.
Right.
But I'm hoping she plays a great game, and I'm hoping she does show some real skill there and being able to adapt a little more quickly than the average player. I think it's just like Rakia Jackson. She sat on the bench for a long time. I think she would have been really good if they would have started playing her earlier, and Miller set her on the bench. And so it's that kind of thing. Your adaptation is good. But the other thing I wanted to say is that we all are rooting for Fever and Caitlyn and that type of thing, and on paper Fever looks phenomenal, but we need to be a little bit careful here. All these players have the same goal, and everything on paper looks great, but they have got to gel, and they've got to move, and they've got to. I think the hardest thing out of everything when they're playing together is when CC throws that ball, she's not throwing it to a player. She's throwing it to the place where the player is supposed to be.
Exactly.
And that's really, really hard to learn, even as a professional.
Yeah. I think the good thing about it, and then I got other people waiting, so I'm gonna get them in. But I think the good thing about it is that they're having time to work together ahead of time.
Yes,
I think that's going to be really, really helpful. Okay, thank you so much, Lindy. I want to get to I have a few other people waiting. I'm going to keep it going. Appreciate
Thank you. Love you, Adrienne.
All right, love you. God bless you. All right, Kelly is here, and Savannah. Well, Savannah, you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm gonna let you start. I got Kelly here as well, and then I see Josh in the back. Kelly, Savannah, what you got?
Okay, I think in the WNBA, I want your thoughts on this as well. I don't think Paige is going to get targeted as much as Caitlyn was. I think that they're going to give her a pass, and I really think there is a narrative against, Caitlyn Clark. So they wanted her to not do well. So they did what they did. I think with Paige, I don't like narratives, but there is a narrative, and I think Paige fits a narrative that they want more, and I think they're going to give her more of a pass.
Yeah, I agree. I no doubt. And I'm looking at some of the people in the comments, and they're saying that she's not going to be double teamed like Caitlyn is. She's not the same threat Caitlyn is. I mean, she's got a great basketball mind and all that, but she's not, and she shouldn't be Caitlyn Clark. So yeah, she's definitely, I don't think they're going to be gunning for her. And I don't think they're going to be trying to prove something Diana Taurasi said, is right.
Reality is coming.
Reality is coming, and they wanted to prove it right. That was the dog whistle. But also, she went to UConn, and she made a speech at the ESPYs, which made everybody feel really good up and down their spine. So there's that too. And as much as we don't want to believe that that's a part of it, we just read the article about Eton Thomas and this whole thing. So they kind of see Paige as one of the sisters, so to speak. And I think that's going to work in her favor. Those are my thoughts there.
And then with this game, I said conspiracy theorist. I really think that they wanted UConn to win. And I don't think team wants to blow a game, but if there's backhand money, backhand stuff, we don't know what's going on. I love Dawn Staley. She is smart. So for her not to make the adjustment that she normally does felt suspicious to me.
Okay. Now I don't think Dawn, knowing Dawn, Amor says I love a good conspiracy theory. I don't know. I can't imagine the Dawn Staley from college to the pros to, I don't know. But I don't understand why no timeouts. I don't understand why she seemed to give up so early. I wasn't expecting it. So I don't know. Okay. Let me hear what Kelly has to say here. All right. Thank you, Savannah.
Thank you.
All right. All right. What you got, Kelly Marie? You're muted. Let me unmute your mic. I'm trying to unmute your mic. Can't unmute. Oh, you've got to unmute yourself, Kelly. It won't let me unmute you. There you go.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. My opinion is I think the Gamecocks came into this game just overly confident and just cocky, and they thought they had this game to win. So I think they kind of celebrated too early. So that's just my opinion. And I think Dawn Staley she just lost her mind. And I think that can reflect towards her team. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate.
Yeah,
I wanted Gamecocks to win only because, again, I'm already looking on. I'm seeing the internet already trying to put down Caitlin Clark, and that's the only reason why I wanted Gamecocks to win. But I do want to congratulate Paige. She does deserve it. She's been, I think that's why she kept staying in college to win a championship. So I am happy for her, and I know I mentioned something on the chat that I can't stand Paige, but at the end of the day, these are young girls. They deserve, they deserve, acknowledgement.
You're happy for them, you're saying.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's just I like to talk shit in the chat.
Well, with I'm not a UConn fan, so I would never find myself rooting for Paige. And certainly not for Gino, but for sure they're the better team and they deserve this win today.
Yeah. I mean, I got bored with the game and I started making sandwiches.
Yeah, right. You guys got to go make sandwiches while I stay in Kumbaya. All right.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, thank you so much. All right. Let's see. Josh. Hello, Josh.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Ask Mom. What's up?
So, I did not see the game because I've been spent most of today running errands and working on my capstone paper. Like I told you, I graduate college in a month and all that. I've got my capstone paper almost done, so
that's
I think
excellent.
we're looking good there.
What do you think about the game, though? What are your? I mean, you didn't get to watch, so did you see the score?
No, but I've got some opinions on the Paige Buckner thing, right?
Paige Beckers, yes.
Paige Beckers, yes. So I don't. Well, as far as like, will they harass her the way they harass Caitlyn? No, they're not going to do that. It's not. She might get a little bit of harassment being a white girl and all this, who's kind of good, but it's not going to be anywhere near like the level of a Caitlin Clark. I'm going to say like the quiet part out loud right now, but I really believe this to just be the truth. Caitlin Clark is already the greatest female basketball player of all time, and everybody knows it. That's why they guarded her the way they did last year.
Sure.
If they didn't guard her the way that they did last year with everybody on her all the time, she would have been averaging like 40 points a game, literally. So they were trying to shut down the white girl because they did not want the white girl to be the greatest player in the history of the WNBA, right? Now with Paige,
well, I got to stop you there because there was already a white girl whom they still say was the greatest in the history of the WNBA, and that would be Diana Taurasi. And then Breanna Stewart, they tell us, is the greatest ever in college, and she's white. So there's that as well. But Caitlin's from Iowa, so that changes things a little bit. And all of those,
she's already better than they ever were. I mean, that's I'm not being disrespectful to them. It's just a fact. I mean, like,
some people agree with that.
Caitlin had to slow her game down. when she first got into the WNBA, she had to slow herself down so that the other players could keep up with her.
No,
That was
no
her
doubt.
fault. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But
she wasn't playing with Diana Taurasi and Breonna Stewart either. So there's that, right? That's different.
Yeah.
You know.
But as far as Paige goes, Paige is a good player. She's probably going to be a great player in the WNBA. But there's not this sort of hype around. She's not like on Caitlin Clark's level, right? And there's not going to be the sort of Caitlin Clark hype around her where people are just going to, hate on her for being in the league. It's real interesting right now because you've got what?
They're going to love her. Yeah.
Yeah, it's real interesting right now because you've got like the sort of wokester WNBA fans who are trying to push the nonsense that Paige is better than Caitlin and this and that, and that's
Mellow
just
Yellow, come back, Mellow Yellow. Keep going. I'm sorry.
just not true. But then you've got the Caitlin Clark fans that are taking things too far with Paige, basically saying Paige sucks and this and that. That's not true either. Paige is a good player.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
people talk junk. I mean, that's kind
Yeah.
of how. But yeah. Obviously, Paige is not. I think what it is that people were the people saying that Paige was Caitlyn before Caitlyn was Caitlyn, and and that's the sad thing about the whole thing when people make it go a little bit too far because then the player gets attacked, and instead of these people who are out there with these
As far as I know, Paige herself hasn't been talking any crap or anything, has she?
No.
No, this is just something that people around her and the media are hyping up and everything like that.
Yeah. All right. So thank you for that. I'm gonna let Pete come on unless there's again members get first dibs and Mellow Yellow disappeared. So okay. All right, Josh. Thank you. I'm gonna keep others. You go. All right. Thank you so much. Kelly, you can stay. You can hang out, or you can. You know what? It's up to you. Okay. Hello.
I will let others have the chance to call in.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Pete, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I do. I hear you very well.
Okay. Is the sound okay? Because I turned off YouTube so there wouldn't be an echo.
Yeah. No, you sound so clear.
Oh, okay, great. Coach, thank you for letting me on. The first thing I want to say, I want to get this out of the way because I always comment under your videos, and sometimes I've come at you. I've given you slack, but you know what? I'm glad that I get the chance, sort of, face to face, to say to you, I got a ton of respect for you and the way you run your show, and you deserve every single sub you get.
Thank you so much.
Okay, absolutely. I may come hard sometimes, but you know what? It's all respect. We can disagree on some things, agree on others. Most of the time, I agree with you, but I'm always here under your videos, so that's a lot. I'm here.
This is so interesting to me because I see your name all the time. I recognize your name all the time, and you do give me a hard time sometimes. So it's interesting because I saw your name and I was like, "Oh goodness, what's he gonna say?" Right? What's he gonna say? But I like hearing your voice because it's another level.
It's another dynamic. Yeah.
A whole other level of connection.
And so, I had to get that out of the way, to just let you know that.
Yeah, okay. I appreciate that. Hold it. Stay right there. Foxter, I want to let you know it's showing me you, but it's saying devices not connected. So it says they will need to connect their mic/cam before I can add them to the stream. So I just wanted to let you know. And Mellow Yellow was there. Mellow Yellow stayed there. All right, Pete, what you got?
All right. First of all, I want to say just a couple of points really quickly. Somebody posted a quote a few weeks ago, which I thought was really good. They said the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is about 6 months. What does that mean? How many conspiracy theories have people seen just in the past year or two that have been proven true? Why do I bring that up? Because don't be shocked. I know some people are going to say, oh, maybe he's onto something. Some will say maybe he's crazy. Don't be shocked if Dawn took a dive, because I'm going to tell you something. Coaches have bad games too, but you don't suddenly forget how to coach to that extent, unless you're Christy Sykes. She's an anomaly. Okay, she's a mutant. But my point is, I love sports, but you know what? I'm a sports bettor of 25 years plus. Okay, when I started betting on sports, before I started betting, like I was just about to, a veteran told me, a veteran bettor. He said, "You know what? Why do you want to bet?" I said, "Well, I love sports. It's a logical step." He said, "If you love sports that much, don't start betting because you're going to lose the love for it once you see the rigging that goes on." And people may not believe it, but every major sport, everyone, including tennis, including the Olympics, are all rigged to varying degrees. I'll prove it to you in under 60 seconds. NFL, I'll give you 3 games that were rigged out of a ton, but just 3 that people might be familiar with. Super Bowl III, 1969. Okay, the AFL and the CFL, I believe it was. There were 2 leagues. There was no NFL. They were trying to merge, Coach, and they were trying to sign a lucrative TV deal. This is when they became the NFL, and they signed at the time, it was a major juggernaut deal, $165 million. Which at the time, it was completed in 1970. Why is that important? Because in 1969, Joe Namath of the Jets played against the Colts in Super Bowl III, and he guaranteed a win. Okay, and Joe Namath he's in the Hall of Fame, but he was a mediocre quarterback his whole life. So he had no business guaranteeing a win. That's like Angel Reese guaranteeing the Sky is going to win this year.
Mediocre.
Well, compared to other Hall of Famers like Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, I say he's mediocre. He was mediocre. But anyway, the point is that they rigged that Super Bowl. Okay, somebody admitted it, then they retracted. But anyway, they rigged that Super Bowl so the leagues could merge and sign that big TV deal. That's what became the NFL, and that's when it became a dominant entertainment juggernaut. That's one game. Number 2, the Patriots, New England Patriots. I know we're talking basketball, but this ties into this. Number 2, the New England Patriots' first Super Bowl win was their second appearance in the Super Bowl, but their first win was around 2001 after September 11 had happened, and George Bush and Cheney were trying to drum up support for the passage of the Patriot Act and to wage war on Iraq. The Patriots got ushered into the Super Bowl on a bogus tuck rule play, and that's what started their dynasty. After that, in the media for more than 5-6 years, and even today, you heard the word patriot in the media more than 100 times a day.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to stop you though. I hear what you're saying. You're in a nutshell, you're saying that because of betting coming into things, etc., you wouldn't put it past. Are you saying that it's you?
Oh no, not because of betting. I think your point is you're trying to ask me how do I tie it to this? No, not because of betting. I say to you, Coach, don't be shocked if Dawn took a dive. We'd never know if she took a dive. Maybe the NCAA, WNBA go to her, even the NBA, which owns half of the W, and says, "Look, Dawn, you just got a $20-something million deal. Oh, no. You've won a couple of the. No, let me finish. Okay, just one sentence. You've won a couple of the last titles. You know what? Please take one for the team. We need Paige. We need a new rivalry, Paige. Angel sucks. They know Angel sucks. Angel's not going to do it. Juju may never be the same player. We need Paige to succeed.
I hear your point. I personally don't agree with your point, but I hear your point, and there may be some people who agree with you. You can look at the comments when you go back out, but a lot of people were not. The game we watched, it was a team like UConn, so much more ready and talented than South Carolina. That's what I make of it. But of course, you're entitled to what you think about that. So, all right, Pete, let me get to some other people. Thank you so much for your thoughts on that. And I'm sure that you're probably not the only one who thinks that. I hope you're wrong, man. I hope you're wrong. All right, Pete. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, Mellow Yellow, what you got? And then I'm adding Foxter too. Mellow Yellow, I heard you in the background talking. I think it was you.
Oh no, you didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I heard mumblings and grumblings, but that was interesting. And again, I don't know that he's the only person who would think that, but what would you like to say? Either not necessarily about that, but anything at all.
No, it's just when I noticed Dawn that like I said, she didn't call any timeouts to fix any plays, and I saw her having a fit on the sideline. But I kind of think that she went into
Hold on
the
1 second. Somebody sounds like they're fighting in the background there. What's that?
Not me.
Okay, maybe Foxter, you outside?
No, I'm right here.
Okay, sounds better now. Keep going, Melio. Sorry.
I think that she maybe went into the game with a negative attitude, and she could not turn her mental game around, which was unfortunate.
Yeah.
And the other thing is I wanted to get your take on the Stephanie White coaching. They only have 2 weeks, and it's like I'm really concerned about only having 2 weeks to put how many new players together? 7 or is it 5?
Yeah, like 7, I think.
7. Because I've been watching different things, but do you think 2 weeks is enough to get 5-7 players together?
Well, 2 weeks is not enough. The time that they have is just not enough anyway, ever, right? But in this case, at least we have some of them who have played together already and others who are at least been in the gym. But the WNBA is really, as I would say, not conducive to optimal success, because they don't have a lot of time. I mean, and even think about what Caitlyn did last year, where she went right from, I think that's somebody's microphone. She went right from the tournament last year, right into the draft, right into the, playing. And that Paige is going to be in that situation, right? And that's not good. But no, they don't have a lot of time. And this team has so many different pieces and parts. But here's the good news. They picked up veterans, and I think that's going to help. It's not ideal, but I think having the veteran players there is going to make the adjustment easier than maybe not having having newbies.
But why did they only allow 2 weeks? I mean, they can pick. I mean, they've been off for what, 8 months or so. Why can they not say practice for a month?
Well, because they can't. Oh, you mean to start the season later?
Yeah. No, to start practicing together earlier.
Well, I don't know that you can't do that because, like, for example, some of these players, they don't even know the rosters because they're playing in college. So you got your Paige and you got, whoever, and you don't even know who's going to declare and who's going to return. And it's so close to the NCAA that what can you do?
So can Stephanie White, because the Fever team is pretty much together, can they say, okay, we're gonna start a little earlier?
Well, you'll notice that I think there's some guidelines. They can practice together. They've been doing that, and I think they can practice together. But I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But you notice that they're very clear. They make it very clear when they say, "Oh, Kelsey Mitchell in her off-season workout," Caitlin Clark in her off-season workout. So I think it's sort of like coaching high school. Like as a coach, I was able to have an open gym. It's an open gym. And I mean, I have to call it an open gym and everybody can come, but we all know that it's sort of like, your players are going to come,
Right.
But, so yeah, they're allowed obviously to gather together, but it's off season.
Yeah. I'm just a little, hesitant to see what Stephanie White does with Cece.
Yeah.
And, if she is going to somehow change Cece's game, because if you let Cece go and just play her own game is when she's the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but she's playing with a bunch of people, that she has to deal with. So I have no idea. Like you, I have no idea what this is going to look like. And
it's kind of scary, isn't it?
It's exciting. It's exciting, right? But it is. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't know what the rotation is going to look like. There are people out there who are like, man, they're forgetting about Lexi Hall. Notice that they're putting out stuff now, and they have that starting 5, what looks like the starting 5 on their graphics now.
Right. Yeah.
which makes sense. I mean, I think most of us kind of figured that would be the starting five, but well, they're professionals. They're gonna have to put a whole lot together real fast.
All right, that's all I got. Next.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Foxter.
Hey.
Hey, what you got?
Well, about the game that we just saw, I agree with the comments about the body language of Coach Staley.
Yeah.
I was really shocked. I mean, I only coached like summer camp, but you know, a lot has to be said about your example. It's totally drilled into your head, win or lose, because the kids really look to you, and
yes,
also you're very aware of the tempo of the games, like how it's going, and like someone said, you want to break that with the timeout when you need to, even if you're losing, because you want to gather people together and get their heads screwed on straight so that they're proud when they leave that court.
Yeah.
You know, I saw their hands down so much. I couldn't believe that was the same team that played Texas. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Just their footwork and their hands, and just like, oh, I can't believe that.
Well, I tell you what, I feel like South Carolina did not look extra good in this postseason, and they escaped. And they're cash in a win card.
They ran out of their 9 lives.
Yeah, they ran out, but I don't understand. I don't understand. The Dawn I saw was not what I expected. And I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, I was actually shocked because, I mean, money or not money, you see a lot of coaches are very aware of their presence. And I didn't see her stand up at all, like walk around.
Yeah.
Like even when the LSU team, the coach knew that they weren't going to make it, she was on her feet, you know? And sometimes when this is the end of the season, and it was going to be the end, because a lot of times you're coaching for the next one. So even if you lose in the third or fourth quarter, you're thinking about the next game. And yeah, there is no next game, but I was kind of surprised about that. And she's smart. She knows the game. So it was just kind of shocking, but you got to give it to UConn for being physically their conditioning was good. They got through their bracket. I think the bracket for SC was a little harder, but I'd have to go back again and look at it. And maybe they just ran out of gas. Sometimes it happens with your nerves, you know, like you get ready for a big race. Like I've done that. You're going to run a 10K. And then why is it the first, kilometer is so hard? Sometimes your nerves just get to you. But anyway.
Well, I want to answer something here. First, Scipio, I want to address this because he says teams are not allowed to have full team practice. Just addressing the previous conversation, allowed to have full team practice yet because so many players play abroad still. But if they call it an unofficial workout, can they get away with that? I don't know. Freedom said about this one, about your comments, Foxter, he said it was a very uncharacteristic loss. That's all I'm going to say. LOL. I don't know if he's agreeing with Pete or what.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know, because a lot of people are saying this was odd. Not just the loss, because UConn was so dominant.
Well, they also played very physical. They know how to foul without their hands. I don't know if you noticed that.
Without their hands?
Yeah, so that's like when the player is going up to shoot, they're pushing into them with their bodies. And then also when someone's in the paint, you make sure that your presence is known. I mean, I was never a great player in 9th grade, but I would not let people in the paint. If they did, they were impeded. It's just, but South Carolina knows that, because I saw them pushing with both hands, pushing Texas, like, on the shot or on the rebound. So I don't know. I'm going to have to watch that whole thing over again.
Wow.
Just I'm so curious as to what happened. I missed the first half, so I can't comment on that.
Well, the first half she was up and moving and really giving it to the officials, really. And then finally she got a warning and she was about to get teed up and she kind of put her hands up and backed off.
Oh, okay. Well, that can affect you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but she was just out of like what she was just constantly riding them. And she was fired up.
Well, at some point as a coach, then you got to put in a disruptor, right? when you know it's not going, don't you go to look at your bench and go, who is the fastest, who's the most aggressive, and I don't care if they foul out, and you just stick them in.
Right, and she did. I mean, I think she kind of gave Full Wiley. You know, she put her in there. It just, they were over. It was just ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ugly, and it was ugly fast.
Yeah, what I saw UConn able to take control of the floor, like where they wanted to stand, they stood.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw that South Carolina getting pushed off their spots a little bit. I don't know if you guys thought that was true or not.
It just all looked bad.
Yeah.
And I think what I saw was that the players, and maybe because they had no direction, they didn't, and that's where a timeout would have come in, because I felt like then when they did stop, when they got to stop on one end, they didn't run anything on the other end. They were just kind of chucking up shots.
Yeah.
And it was just, they had no direction. Yeah. So it is what it is. UConn celebrating.
Well, just a quick comment on the future.
Yeah.
If Paige does go to the Dallas Wings, we got to remember, it's sort of like when you were in school and you were like, maybe you were the best player, and then you transferred to another school and you find out that you're like not the best player. It's going to be like that, because she's going to be in a place where they have Enrique, who's like phenomenal. I mean, she's been carrying that team on her shoulders like last season, and just a player that doesn't get a lot of visibility because her team hasn't done very well. But she has an opportunity to learn and step up. And I hope Enrique can really set the tone and the culture for that club with all these new players coming in. And that's critical.
Yeah. Now, Enrique, she's not the most efficient player. I mean, she takes a lot of shots to get her points.
Yeah.
She's so much fun to watch. I mean, I enjoy watching her, but she's very streaky. And she's going to have to contend with Adrienne and Alyssa. And Paige is coming into that, assuming Paige is going number one. Some people, say she didn't want to go number one, and maybe there's some back dealing going on. I don't know, but yeah, Tool says when Enrique's on, she's fun. I agree. And Paige doesn't seem to mind deferring to other players either. So
I think she's going to be like a specialty player a lot, and come in and do threes. I don't, her passing is okay, but it doesn't have that zing, like when you see Caitlyn throw the ball.
Yeah. Well, most people don't pass like Caitlyn.
Yeah. So that's
that's tough.
They're just different players.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're just different. She's good in her lane, and Caitlyn's got a lane all to herself.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no, only in this era right now where we're constantly comparing, players and stuff. And it's so not necessary, really. I guess it's always been done to a certain extent. The next Michael, but this is different. This is, she's not the next Caitlyn. She was Caitlyn before Caitlyn was Caitlyn, right? So we've gone completely in the other direction, right?
So yeah, the Fever, I'm a big fan of the Fever because I went to IU Bloomington. So I watched a lot of Pacers games.
Yes.
And so of course I'm going to be cheering for the Fever. And I think, the Fever, they just put out this video about their championship season. I don't know if you saw that. It's on YouTube, put out by the communications office from the Fever.
Yes.
And the players back then were so good. I mean, they could stand up now and probably be in the top three. I mean, watching some of that video, but one thing about the team now and the coach is that the championship team had Coach White as an assistant coach, and so she was there when really they got their championship, I guess, credibility to be a championship team.
Yeah.
And then the players they had were just outstanding, but the players we have now are really amazing.
Yeah.
So like someone said, it's like the glue that's got to bring them all together.
Yeah.
And I think are they bringing over one or two people from Connecticut?
1 or 2 coaches?
Players.
They already have their roster, right? They have 12.
No, I mean the Fever have a player from Connecticut got transferred as a free agent.
Who am I missing?
I think there was one. Just forgot her name. Anyway, so to me that will be a bridge to help them.
Oh, you talking about Bonner, DeWanna Bonner?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Bonner.
think that's
I
going to be a bridge to
She's
help
such
them.
a Fever. I forgot about her being in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So having that experience with White, and then also the front office has experience with White as well. It's going to be it lays a foundation for like, this is the style of play that we're going to have. And people already know what Connecticut's like. And I think they will come together a lot faster than we expect because they're professional athletes. And they know the game.
Yeah, I think so too. It's going to be, sometimes it's hard to coach. It's hard to coach that much talent. It can be difficult to figure it all out, believe it or not. But it is a problem. I'd rather have a talent and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it than no talent and trying to figure out what to do. So I'd rather be in that situation,
And anyone sitting on the bench is good. Not saying don't want to be negative about those that aren't there now, but it was rough. They were never at the level that they need to be. So, and the people coming in, some of them are maybe on the bench, but when their numbers called, they're going to be like championship level athletes, like elite. They're all elite athletes. So they just may not be able to play, the whole game.
Right.
But when they get their number called, they'll be dropping those threes.
Yes. I mean, it's sort of like what, Sydney Colson said, I'm used to when my number's called, I'm ready. We see that with Lexi Hull. She's ready. We'll see. I think it's important that people realize that there are going to be ups and downs because people have such a great expectation. It may take a while to gel, but I think the experience will rule the day. So, all right. Thank you so much, Foxter. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you. Tool says starting from the bench. That was so funny, right? You starting for the Fever? Yeah, starting from the bench. That was so funny. So, all right. Well, those are some of the thoughts, and we'll see what's up with the Fever next year. We'll see what happens with Paige. Everybody believes that Paige will go number 1. That means she's going to Dallas. That's going to be interesting. But Pete says really good callers. Yes, thank you to, I don't even want to start naming them because I might forget, but thank you to Pete and Amore and Kara and Kelly, and who else am I missing here? I got some of you. Who am I missing? All of you who came on. I'm Lindy and everybody else I may have missed. So thankful for all of your comments. And so Paige in the WNBA and Foxter and Josh. Yep, thank you. Though Paige in the WNBA, remember, Gino originally said that Caitlyn wasn't going to do well because she didn't have, she's not on the right team. She's not ready for it. And they asked him, Dan Patrick asked him if Paige was ready. And he said no. Kelly Marie, I sent you the, okay. Oh, in a week, we'll email you. Thank you so much, Kelly Marie. You're just amazing. All of you, appreciate all the support. Cat 5 forgot to call in. Let's go, Cat. But he said that Paige did not have the physicality. I don't know if he really believed it. Of course, her frame might suggest that he did. But I also know that he wanted her to come back. And he let us know that he used that to bring her back. And told her that she didn't want to be one of the best to play in UConn and never win a championship. She came back and she got the championship. So will he now say that she's ready for the WNBA with another year under her belt? Thank you. Is it Cho? Thank you. Yeah, Amor says, Basil, I'd like you to come on and share your thoughts. So thank you. This was such a great conversation, all of you coming on. And So yeah, I hope those of you who were sad and depressed have recuperated. It is what it is. And Basil really can't stand Dawn, so he is very glad that she lost. He must really not like Dawn because he doesn't mind that Gino called him stupid and delusional. But anyway, anybody else want to come on for this post-game show as we wrap up and I eat the pizza to kind of drown out my sorrows? Oh, Mellow Yellow was on as well. Yes. I wasn't gonna like either outcome. Godzine said, yeah, I would have preferred the Dawn outcome. Big time. So, okay. Anybody else? We got the draft coming up on the 14th. I'm hoping to go live for that. And we'll see. Thank you, Lindy. Thank you, all of you. Calls me racist and means it. I tried to tell you, Gino was just talking for the camera. Dawn calls me a racist and means it. Pepperoni, Araceli, pepperoni. I just wanted to pick up something real quick, so after church, I just grabbed it. Oh, I think Gino meant what he said, and he said it with disdain. I believe he meant it. I don't like what Dawn did. I used to love Dawn, like, for real. Amazing player. I would cheer for her, but when she started, like, I mean, the whole race thing, and Lisa Bluter used a phrase she didn't like, and she tried to make it seem like they were racist and stuff. I didn't appreciate that. So she kind of hasn't been on I'm definitely not her corner, but I don't do Gino ever. So, no pepperoni, no pineapples on pizza for me either. P says, do you think the Aces signed Kennedy? I know that's the word on the street. The Aces, they say it's been leaked that they signed Kennedy Carter. I think it's fake, but do I really know? It came out on Friday. Did they make a mistake and leak that? And they didn't want to announce, because you don't usually announce something big on a Friday, usually, at least in the political world, you don't. Sports, I'm not really so sure, but maybe they didn't want it to come out until Monday. But I personally don't believe it, and I won't believe it until I see it. If I see it, then I go, okay, they've decided to take a chance on Kennedy Carter. We know she can ball. That's not even a question, but the locker room issues, I wouldn't take a chance, especially the Aces got some new folks coming in, and do they want to be dealing with that? Maybe. And LA says she balls. She does, without a question. I don't even think we even need to say that ever again. But there's the reason why she's not been picked up sooner. There's a reason why, because you need more than a person who can play basketball. Because if you can play basketball, but you're a constant problem, then we can't focus on basketball because we're so busy walking on eggshells. It disrupts everything. It's sort of like people are like, we'd rather take our chances. We all know she's good. That's neither here nor there. I will take mediocre as a person who's been a teacher, who's been a coach. I would take mediocre players over a great player who makes it difficult every day, who could blow up every day. I'll take mediocre players because you can do more with that. So I wish her well too, because man, I want to like her so much. I really do. And I'm rooting for her, but I would have to root for her from a distance. As I've said many times to start, I'd have to root for her from a distance at first. I just wouldn't chance it. And a lot of people said, well, not a lot of people, a few people have said, oh, let her come to the Fever. And I'm like, they're not going to do that. You're not going to bring in a new head coach, new GM, a new president, and free agency is coming. You're not going to do it. You're just not. You're trying to win. That's why the players, and I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't talking about Kennedy or Dejanay either. when they said, please protect the locker room. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they were saying. Like, we know she's good, but man, we ain't got time to be ducking chairs in the locker room. Seriously. And I unfortunately, I think a lot of people probably feel that way. And whether or not she can play basketball is not, that's not even a question, you know. But so I wish her well. We'll see. I mean, we might find out that the Aces said we'll take a chance, and the Aces might feel like Asia Wilson could keep her, you know, keep her in line. I wish Kennedy well. I just wouldn't take her on my team. All right, Smooth Will. Okay. Kennedy wants to be the biggest star on the team, and but they say that's not really the case with Kennedy, that she doesn't mind coming off the bench. She can start, she can come off the bench, she can do whatever. So I tend to believe them with that. I think she might have had a problem with the Angel agenda. But we'll find out. We shall find out. Angel won't let her sign with the Aces unless she wants her. I don't know. All right. Okay, everybody. I guess we'll call it. The longer we stay here, it's not going to change the outcome, right? So, what do you think? Doncic is still on the team. Oh, I love it. I love it. I did a video on Doncic. I do. I mean, she can stretch the floor. She's not Sarah Strong, but she can face up to the basket. She can play with her back to the basket. She can pass the ball. She can step out and shoot the three. So I think Doncic is good. And she's slimmed down, and then she's doing well overseas. I know overseas is not here, but all right. My cats are like, hello. We're supposed to be eating by now. I think she's fit now, Kelly, from what I understand. Before she had been injured, right? But I think she's slimmed down and doing really well. Good night, everybody. Thank you for all of your support and your comments, hitting the like button, coming on and talking, everything, all the time. And so I put up a video earlier today. It doesn't matter now, and nor do the 2 polls. Except you can check and see if your poll, what you put in the poll, was right concerning whether UConn or South Carolina would win, and concerning how many points Paige would score. All right. See you, Rossies. God bless you abundantly, everybody. Enjoyed you.